We're going live. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to today's episode of Dragonlance, episode 7 of Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon here on the GM Workshop. We're going to go around the table and introduce our players and their characters. Note that we have a new microphone. I have a backup microphone because my microphone died. It freaking died last night at 10 p.m.
Rude.
Better last night than this morning, I suppose, or this evening for you guys. Anyhow, enough whining, which I'm particularly good at if you were to ask my kids. Let's go around the table and introduce our lovely players and characters. Let's start with AJ today. AJ, tell us what's been going on and tell us a little bit about yourself and your character and stuff.
Okay, hi, my name is AJ Winters. I am a world builder and dungeon master from Winter's Tales, which is this studio that I'm currently in, based out of Western Australia. We do D&D and other TTRPGs, namely The Chronicles of Aelwyn, which is our flagship show that streams on Tuesdays. And we world build on Wednesdays, which we're doing again today, in that world. So the community is all part of the completely homebrew world in which we play in, which is pretty cool. And today I'm playing Corey. Corey is one part of the twins, one half of the twins of the family. And Corey is, I was going to say emotionless, but that has been proven wrong. Corey is a wizard. And Corey is incredibly self-entitled, and the middle child of the family, so just very, doesn't know where they stand, I think is the main part of that.
Let's do a quick character analysis. Wait. Do you think Corey wishes she were emotionless?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, nice.
I think that's why she acts like she is.
Amazing. Right below you, well, the second part of that twin combo, if I were to go to McDonald's or Macca's, I think you guys call it, which is wild. Who calls it that? Anyway, and I wanted to...
Most of the world.
Literally nobody else. Nobody else. That's fine. You're allowed to be wrong, you guys. So, if I were to order a combo and I got one, I would get two, and the second part would be Rob. Rob, tell us a little bit about where we can find you.
The second patty of this double cheeseburger is Robert Hartley GM.
Exactly.
Here I am. I'm Robert Hartley GM. I am a full-time Dungeon Master, TTRPG player, full-time nerd, professional geek online. I do D&D related things here, there, and everywhere. You can find me by typing my name, Robert Hartley GM, into your search engine of choice. Also, you can find me by looking for Viva la Dirt League D&D. That's what I'm most well known for as the Dungeon Master for that comedy group. It's a very fun little campaign that's going on. It's about half-hour episodes, so it's easy to catch up with and easy to keep up with week to week. And we focus on comedy and story over all of the other stuff. So check it out. I'll be playing Lyndon today, the other wizard of the party.
But just today. Next week it'll be somebody else.
Yes.
Lyndon,
I might die
Lyndon
today.
dies today. I'm just kidding.
Maybe we'll just get a guest star. I'm thinking Jack Black.
I'm thinking Arby's.
Yeah.
Jack Black
Me and Jack Black would get on really well.
If you get Jack Black to replace me on the 1 week I can't make, I will be very pissed.
Jack and me were like this.
All right, because Jack knows Kung Fu, so it's fine.
It'll just be 3 hours
have him on the phone right now. Do we not want him? Sorry.
Just 3 hours of Wonder Boy.
Sorry, Rob's kicking up a fuss.
Nice. Next but not least, well, Ollie, Dread, why don't you tell us where we can find you and who you're playing today and how things are awesome for Ollie right now.
Hello! Things are awesome for Ollie right now. Ollie almost died last week. Well, was petrified. Hi, I'm Josh. Dread. Almost. You can find me on the internet wherever you can type in Dreaded GM. I do a range of cool things, like voice acting. I'm a game master, storyteller, world builder, all of that good stuff. I run a channel called Dreaded GM, both on YouTube and Twitch. And you can also find me on Twitter. We hit the 500 follower mark, so I'm very happy about that. It's a really nice number. It's on 505 right now, so don't you dare go ruin that by following. Don't do it. I like it. 505 is the sweet spot. Go follow me there. But I play Ollie. Ollie is the youngest of the family and is still trying to find themselves, taking a lot of points of like inspiration and learning. It's very interesting to play a character that doesn't know exactly what's going on or plays optimally at all, and am playing into the grievances of my siblings so that they can either oh gosh, they're just the youngest, or we'll shake it out of them and then figure it out. Cool things that I've got coming up on the 13th of April. I am starting my first live game in a very long time. Nice. Since Storm King's Thunder was put on hiatus with all the OGL stuff. I'm running a Call of Cthulhu campaign. It's a big undertaking. I'm running Horror on the Orient Express. It's so big that it's 2 books. So I'm really gonna truly just like chew through it and figure out how to best put it on. But I've got other projects that I can't talk about. But that one I can officially announce we're starting on April 13th. I've spoken with the players and they're good to go. So more info about that. You'll have to be following Twitter already to get more information. Don't go ruin my 505.
Awesome, dude.
512 is a better number though, because it's a power of 2. So.
Okay, Rob.
I'll be happy about that when we reach
2 to the power 9. 2 to the power 9 is actually a better number. So
I was about to ask.
It was such an anticlimax of like.
505 is an Arctic Monkeys song, so I was very happy about that too.
That is also a good one.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just trying to stop you from actively persuading people not to
going to
follow
troll you and me by getting it to like 511 or 513, and then they'll just stop there.
Let's hop across the screen all the way. And, Ellen, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where we can find you, roll to cast, and how's Fringe going, and a little bit about Juniper.
Absolutely. Well, don't
and my
expect
Chemical
any
Romance, maybe.
maths. Yeah, don't expect any maths comments from me, because you won't get them here. Shut up, Bowser. Oh my god. Sorry.
It's good. Let's establish Bowser's there nice and early. Hi, Bowser.
Okay, we'll get the dog. That's what people
Cat,
want.
say hi to Bowser, just so Bowser knows. Just,
Hi,
Bowser.
my god, he's so heavy.
Oh,
Okay,
hi, Bowser.
so this is Bowser.
Hi, Bowser.
He's my very needy dog. Very, very needy. Came from the streets, would you believe it? And now he sleeps on a human bed, and yet believes that he's got it rough somehow, because sometimes I play D&D. You can see all of the different games I play if you go onto my Twitter. I'm at LNKGraham1. Coming up, this is a very busy week for me. I've got Friday, I'm running Teens in Space for GaryCon, which is going to be super duper boop fun. Super that much fun. Don't you love it when words just don't happen? It's going to be that much fun. Oodles of fun.
If you have a stroke on stream, I don't have any way of contacting the authorities on your behalf. So could you not?
They don't have ambulances in Adelaide either.
I've actually got do not resuscitate just tattooed on my wrist somewhere. So it's all G. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a super collaborative game. And then on Sunday, I am playing Merkborg.
Nice.
With Roll2Cast Live. It's going to be super duper fun. And also, mainly, my main bag is Roll2Cast, ROLE to cast. We are an any-winning variety TTRPG podcast, and currently our latest season of the podcast is using the Starfinder system. The game's called Among the Dust, and we've been getting some really lovely comments about it, so I just want to shout that out. And yeah, so follow Roll2Cast for all of the other fun things I do. And now also sometimes I go see My Chemical Romance, but only once in my lifetime.
Nice. That's it. It's forbidden from then on out.
Pretty much.
Amazing. And tell us a little bit about Juniper. Well, just quickly, I know this is gonna.
Oh yes.
Mighty Pippa, you gotta stop, dude. Last week he gave 33 subs. Today I think he slipped and hit his head again. And he did 16. Thank you. What's happening to you? All right, let's go back. Juniper, tell us about Juniper.
Yes.
Thank you,
So
Pippa.
Juniper is the eldest sibling, the eldest child. Lots of burden of responsibility on her to try and set up life for her siblings, and essentially be a kind of de facto parent to them, even though their father is Razzer. Sorry. No, you're coming in.
She's razzling him. You're
You
gonna
wanna
turn it to.
bark? Okay, if you want to be on the stream, then you better be on the stream.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, today in the role of Juniper is Bowser. And Bowser has strong opinions about cats and treats, and also My Chemical Romance. Actually, you guys didn't know this.
Juniper's a wild shipping druid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Multi-class.
Basically, my whole thing is Juniper just feels like she's not really a sister. She has to be a sort of parent, and it's very hard to do both of those things while still having all of your siblings listen to you and act in their best interests.
So, last but not least, and maybe you want to keep going before your character completely gets annihilated. Maybe not. Maybe we're just vamping for time because poor Goose. Zach, tell us about you and maybe a little bit about Goose.
First of all, Goose is immortal and he will never die.
That's gonna go well. That's good.
Zach Speaks Giant on the internet machine. I have a podcast that's been going for a while. I have a Twitch channel, which you can find me every now and again. I have a YouTube channel where you can find silly D&D stories that I share and silly thoughts of my own brain as well. Grand Theft Auto as well, not the game, the crime. Do a bit of that.
And you're developing a whole video game by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I also do. I am on a very talented. I'm the least talented member of a very talented team making a game called Stray Gods, created by David Gator, voiced by Laura Bailey. It is an incredibly exciting project. Check it out, Stray Gods. It is an RPG musical, and you should put your face on or near it.
And what about Goose?
Goose, again, I mean, he's never going to die, so we'll have a lot of leeway, a lot of runway to just let the people explore the enigma that is Goose. He has 2 very hardworking brain cells that rarely pull in the same direction. He is the second eldest. Fun fact about second eldest, most likely to be revolutionaries. Fun fact. Goose is the
Who said that?
I don't know. Fact check in real time, please.
A fun fact that's actually a fact about second eldest. They tend to be the tallest in the family. Goose.
And it is the case with Goose.
Usually the second eldest. If the first eldest is the same gender as the second eldest, that's when it usually counts.
Goose is the tallest in the family, he assumes.
That's why he has his hair so
but yeah,
big.
Goose is in a bit of a pickle, as I'm sure the recaps will show. But he is actually, for the first time in this campaign, probably actually a little stressed and out of his element.
All right, thank you guys. Just briefly, so at the end of the stream, we'll be doing Tailspire code giveaway. So to enter, you need to submit either a piece of art, a clip, a GIF, a poem, anything related to the campaign that will be cool. This week we got all of 1 submission, which made it really easy, so that's cool. So thank you for the person submitted, because you're going to win yourself a little Tailspire code, and you'll find out at the end of the stream who that is. Secondly, we're halfway to our goal of $200 to be able to do one of the prequels for somebody in the party. So thank you for all the people who've donated so far or tipped to get us to the $200 mark to get one of the siblings prequel before the adventure started and get a glimpse into their lives in a one-shot. Any other announcements? Not really. We are close to 3,300 followers, and I don't know. I just want to get to the game and see what happens. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into the intro, do the recap from Ollie, which was amazing, and then we'll jump right back into the game and figure out what happens next. Good luck, everyone. Here we go.
It has been 300 years since the gods punished the world of Kryn. They shifted continents, sundered nations, consumed empires. 300 years since the gods departed, ushering in the time of darkness. Yet nothing is eternal. The world begins to heal. Fragile nations rebuild, tentative alliances reforge. But in the shadows to the east, the drums of war sound. Will darkness consume the land, or will heroes stand in its way? Welcome to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Struck by awe, we stood looking upon a slumbering monster, razor-sharp teeth and scales forged from metal and wood. A mane of fire and shadow, its horrific form caused pause to my pack and myself. We were sent to gather information about this camp, and also to save Garrett, who was meant to be traveling with us, but left in hopes to save his own brother Godswin. As my pack planned an ambush, I trembled as I imagined all the things that could go wrong. Trusting in my siblings, we enacted our plan. I truly come alive when I run with them. Many things didn't go to perfection. After a fierce exchange of violence, the slumbering monster was awoken by a flare. We did save Garrett. However, I was turned to stone after a draconic creature I was engaged with exploded after being hit with magical darts. I managed to use my wild heart to turn into a mouse and teleport to Goose to carry me before I was completely petrified, not knowing if this was the end and not having enough time to say goodbye. I decided that I would leave them with something familiar to remember me by. I came to soon after, the effects luckily being temporary. The monster shifted and searched below Lyndon's magical safe space as we discussed what had happened and what we were going to do next. During these heated exchanges, we saw a woman who said that she carried the orders from the voice of Tarkesis and would be bringing them to Vogler. The monster gave up its search, and we decided to rush back as fast as we could to Vogler. Before we left, Corey apologized to me in her own way, saying that she doesn't want me to die to anyone else's hands, but her own. It's perhaps the sweetest thing that she's ever said to me. Led by Junie, we arrived in Vogler. There we discovered that they already knew about the dangers on their borders. When we entered Vogler, its peoples were holding an assembly at the tavern to decide what to do next. Leading this conversation was its most prominent figures like Becklin, Mayor Raven, and Lord Gerber. Lord Gerber wanted to stay while my siblings disagreed, warning that doing so would lead to unnecessary death and destruction. Goose and Junie declared that it had to do with greed, looking to my siblings and drawing inspiration from them. I did something I didn't want to do. I intended to use my influence that I had garnered from my healing. I hoped to save lives and make my siblings proud. I'm not one for addressing large crowds. I'm still finding my voice even among my kin. While some were convinced, others decided to stay, being weighed down by their belongings and imprisoned by their walls, willing to give their lives for it all. That's when the woman arrived at the gates, calling to speak with the leaders of Vogler. I remained at the assembly in hopes to convince others to reason, while those summoned left to speak with the woman. Before long, Vogler's attention was moved to the cliffs. Standing hostage on its edge, Godswin, brother of Garrett, and Finch.
All right, let me get back in here. Boop. Boop.
Hello.
Yeah, that was fun. Everything's fine and everything will be great. So, as we pick up and Tailspire crashed, don't worry about it. We're gonna restart it.
Should be
Goose.
right.
Yeah, it should be
It'll
right.
be right.
Last we left off, you stood at the gate, standing toe-to-toe in front of the messenger from the army. She had offered you a chance. On the cliffside, some 100 feet away from you had seen the 4 soldiers overlooking the cliff that abut Bogler on the northeast end, and there you had spotted one Godswin, king of dorks, and more pressingly beside him being held by the same soldiers, Serafina, Finch. The messenger had given you a chance that if you could hit her, she would allow you to choose one. You immediately attempted to sucker punch her, which sadly did not quite work out, as she
Would have been sweet if it did.
That would have been
Yeah.
great. I was hoping. You rolled an 18, I remember distinctly, for reasons that are irrelevant to anybody else. And with this, she had caught your hand, caught your wrist mid-punch. She had taken out her spear, planted it beside her into the ground, You can see her armor, the scale red and black armor that's in front of you. And last time, we ended it here, but this time, as Goose is up front, directly in front of her, his fist being held in her hand, her enormous hand, by the way. Goose is tall. We all know he's the tallest in the family.
He's like 6'9", 6'13".
Not true. Absolutely, do not believe that. Don't gaslight our audience, okay?
Well, I was gonna say, does Goose? Because you graciously gave Goose the attack option. Do I have the rest of my turn?
You need to roll initiative. Is what
that
needs
old
to happen
chestnut.
now.
Huh?
What I'm thinking, by
chestnut.
the way, Zach, what I'm picking up from what Zach was hinting at there, he said, I remember you rolled an 18 distinctly. So
Yeah.
the reason he remembered that is because her arm class is 81.
That's
almost-
which is
Yeah.
what? 2 to the power of 55. Everybody knows that.
No, it's actually 3 to the power 4.
Boo,
Oh, I
Right.
really wanted to roll high on that initiative.
It would have
Did you?
been great.
And
It
I
would be a
didn't.
good time for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
right now
We-
Tailspire is not loading on stream, which is fine. But I will tell you, I'm gonna roll, and then when the logs come back up, we'll see. But
And I rolled one of my Ellen dice as well.
yes.
Ellen,
No,
that's on you.
I
Blame
I
Ellen.
killed
cursed
Goose.
the dice. No, you
I thought
can't
you
use
were
friend-
blaming Ellen DeGeneres, to be honest.
No, yeah, let's do that. You can't
Yeah.
put such pressure on friendship dice, okay? You have to use them only for not important rules.
No, I'm
Very,
using
very
them for
specific.
this fight only. And if they
No!
kill Goose,
Yeah!
then that's on you.
Then they go in the pile.
Love
So
it.
what did you roll?
I got a 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh boy.
There's plenty of numbers below that she could roll.
perfect. She
True.
rolled a 9 on the die. She does not have -5. So
God damn.
as you stand there, your hand caught in her enormous fist, you can feel the heat radiating off of her armor. The red and black scales, or it's actually the scale armor that she has, is radiating intense heat. And as she stares at you, you can see the deep gash, the scar that sits across her left brow that goes from above down below. And as you're up close, I will give you a perception check before she wrecks
good.
your day.
Oh, great. That's good. That'll be great. That'll be a 9.
9. Okay, well,
What?
perfect. Excellent. You
What is
spot
this
nothing,
dice?
You spot nothing of interest. It'll be fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
On her turn, what
dear.
she will do, as she's holding on to you, she's gonna make a grapple check. That's a contested roll, so you can give me athletics or acrobatics. I'll leave it up to you. Side.
I think athletics makes sense for me.
Can you, be nice to your dice or something? I'm just not.
Can you be nice to the dice you gave me? That's on again.
was
this
very-
is on.
I was very nice to them before I handed them over to you. Clearly, they're
Patted
reacting
them.
poorly to your care.
Walked them, fed them,
Yeah.
gave them treats.
Fed
That is a 16.
Okay. This.
Or it could be a
16.
17 if
Okay.
if she rolls.
So let me
Yeah.
double check. She
Higher.
has plus. All right. Ooh. Okay. As she tries to turn you around and grab you by the neck, you're able to push off of her. She's not successful. She rolled a 4 plus her modifier is not going to be
Let's
enough.
go.
Let me fix
Those
this.
were the dice I gave Rackham too. So
Excellent.
You got this. Easy.
And she looks around to the audience that's sort of formed here, the leadership. And you guys see, those of you who are there, so who's there exactly? I know Goose is there, I think Junie's there. Who else is there? Lyndon's there, okay.
Yeah, I
But
think
I don't
Ollie
look
will
like Lyndon,
arrive on scene
FYI.
if that's okay.
What's that, Ollie?
I think Ollie will arrive,
Perfect.
seeing the commotion.
And Corey, where are you right now?
I think that Lyndon and I were there, but not directly
Perfect.
there.
you were
I
outside
think we were
of-
further
or
back.
by the
I was-
door. Yeah.
I was close enough to see the action. I don't look like
Yeah.
Lyndon, and I'm close enough to see what's going on the cliffside.
Yes, we're in the vicinity. We went with
Perfect.
the group that went to go witness it, I think.
Excuse me. So then, those of you who can see the exchange, see out of the corner of your eyes or are staring at the situation, you can now see in Goose that you're up there. You take a step back, but on her turn, her left scar all of you can see that it is beginning to split open. And out of it, this intense red glare as her eye begins to swell. And you can see this radiant red eye looks around like a T-1000 or whatever that has like almost a laser look out of it. But it is this ambient red light, and her voice fundamentally changed. You can see as her other eye rolls in the back of her head. And she is possessed, is speaking with a voice that is not her own and carries across the plaza. Still a woman's voice that echoes across. People of Vogler, the Queen soon comes. 300 years you have lived godless, forgotten, unwanted children of creation. 300 years of misery that will soon come to an end. You do not have to live in the fear of oblivion any longer. All of the gods have abandoned you, and she is the only one who will answer your prayer. She is the only one who has manifested her. She is the only one who will usher your souls to the eternal afterlife. You do not need to die here on this day. You do not need to fear us. Serve. Bend the knee. In servitude you will find freedom. In our war you will find peace. And in your faith you will find true power.
Almost
Goose.
immediately in response to that,
Sure.
Ollie is going to say, "Lies! They stand with us! We do not need to bend the knee! Do as Ispen did! Stand tall and proud!" And I'm going to grab my thing. I'm going to run my finger across it like I do, and I'm going to summon my bear totem, casting like green light around everyone in the area, including my big brother Goose.
Yeah!
Alright, Goose, it's your turn. She has spoken. She doesn't try to hit you, and you hear the voice echoes around, and you can see a number of people around you sort of exchanging looks of concern, of fear. Some of them seem to be listening, but Goose, it's on you, and beside you, or not far from you, you see the manifestation of the bear totem lending you its strength. What will you do?
GM, if I may offer, the bear totem is also going to breathe life and strength into those gathered as well.
Okay. Deal done. All the ones beside you feel a little bit standing a little bit taller. Their stooped shoulders now more upright. They feel confident in who they are. And yes, they're definitely healthier and more hale.
Hells yeah.
Goose.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was great. Love it.
Now, I paid specific attention to the way that you described how she got off the horse, how she came over, and you ended it with that her weapon was shoved into the ground next to her.
That is correct.
I would like to use my object interaction to grab her weapon.
As the weapon is
Brilliant.
planted beside her, I need you to make a strength check, please. And because the bear totem is beside you, I think, does that give you advantage?
Advantage.
Yeah, advantage. And also, anyone that the light is touching will get 8 hit points. And it also belongs to Simba. So.
That is half of
Oh,
my
yeah.
total hit points.
I'm going to pretend this is the spear, and you are up here. All right, try to extract it out of the ground, please.
That is a 11 total.
That's with advantage.
And at some
With
point,
advantage.
Okay, you gotta go switch out these dice as you grab the
No,
spear.
no, no. They'll come around. They'll come
no,
around.
no.
Okay.
The dice really want Goose to fail.
Put him to the
Yeah.
side.
As you grab
I-
the spear, you put all your back into it, and your object interaction is like she's looking at you with a small. Actually, she's not looking at you at all. Sorry, she's still red eye. The red eye is looking at you. The other one is rolled up in the back of her head, and that red eye is staring at you, and you're unable to, under its gaze, to lift the spear out of the ground. that is too heavy. You know what it reminds you of in that brief moment? The competition that you and Juniper used to have, where you used to have to lift that piece of wood and you were
That
like, I'm going to be
ironwood.
stronger. And it just never panned out for you. Yeah, that's a little bit of that moment. And she's right behind you.
Kinda-
She sees you do it, by the way.
I see him do it.
Yeah, you see him failing at doing it.
It's one-on-one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. All right, Goose, so you have been unable to... You have an action, bonus action left. What will you do?
Can I use my action to try and lift it?
Yeah, you can. Go again.
Does she have any other weapons on her?
This is it. That, and she has this enormous banner that she's holding in her right hand that is draped and covered in blood. And it's just dripping blood on the ground beside her.
Okay.
I mean,
I
a
feel
horse is kind of a weapon.
True?
A horse is, in many ways, a kind of a weapon.
That's what I've always thought.
Okay. Okay. That is a 22.
Much better. This time, you're able to pull the two-headed blade out of the ground. It is a beautiful, wonderful blade. You don't necessarily have the time to look at all the details on it, but you can see scroll work on the wood that's inside, but it's actually metal that cuts across, and you can see a flight of dragons spinning around it, going from one end to the other.
Is it a greatsword, or what is it?
No, it's a spear that's two-headed.
Spear.
On either side. It's got a long curved blade on either end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Goose is like gonna turn to her and she's gonna they look at each other and he's like, you got a little on you. You eating? You got a little just on you. Maybe you were looks like allergy. Maybe eat shellfish. Happens to me if I eat shellfish and then I like rub my eye, it gets a little. Probably
Goose, just
the
hit
shellfish
her!
energy. Right.
So you've used your action. What are you doing for your bonus action? You could try to unarmed strike her.
that-
Like you can.
I can use my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go for it.
I'll throw a gut punch.
Can that unarm be just a foot? Can you kick her?
Yeah. Kick her in the
Can
shin.
arms be feet?
It can be anything
that-
other than arm.
Is going to be a 23.
23 actually hits.
Yeah, I don't want to be hearing no guff now about these dice.
As you go to kick her, she is instantly. So 23. We'll check I'm not lying to you.
Doesn't feel.
Good. Even with her reaction, which would add +3, which would not be enough, you manage to reach up and kick her. Where do you kick her? Where do you
I
punch
just do
her?
like a square, like front kick, like directly in the chest, like a Spartan kick.
Nice. She doesn't move an inch. In fact, as you kick her, you do kick her. You feel the connection. You fall backwards. And you feel your foot. As it hits her armor, you suffer
What?
3 points of fire damage. As
Okay.
the heat
Right.
of her armor just burns through the leather of your boot. But you have hit her, and you watch as the red glare of her eye dissipates, and the wound remains on her face where the scar has been, now that it's split open again, and there is caked blood all over her eye and on her cheek.
GM, did we get a sense that if we interact or like hamper this at all, that the hostage situation will go really poorly? Is that why we're all just kind of watching?
That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
they
the-
have them. They have them dead to rights, and
Yeah.
they're much further away than we are.
Yeah.
With you hitting her, she will look to you. Are you moving at all, or are you staying there?
Staying there.
With her own voice sort of raspier than the one that just spoke. Let us show you that we are merciful. We will keep our word. Choose one of your...
Finch lives.
Oh god.
Like, not even, he doesn't even wait. He just immediately.
I don't know. She looks at you. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Finch is the one that
With that, she looks over to the soldiers, makes a hand gesture, and you watch as they let go of Seraphina. And she begins to immediately run.
Oh, I
towards
thought you meant like. Oh,
No.
Yeah. Are the guards? They're just letting them go.
They're letting Seraphina go.
Okay.
And as she's running towards the cliffside, you hear the woman in front of you. People of Vogler, you have been offered a deal. Host the army on this night. Some of you will join us. 10% will be required to accompany us in our endeavors. The rest of you, feed us, clothe us, entertain us, just for the night. You may not leave these grounds. If you are to do so, we will take that as betrayal. Intent to tell others of our arrival, and we can't. The Queen is merciful. You may stand in her glory, but when she arrives, you will not want to stand in the shadow of her majesty. We are merciful, but we are an army. She will signal to the guards again, and with this, you watch as they have tied a rope around Godswin's neck. They will...
I hurl the spear
Sure? At what?
at the rope around Godswin's neck.
Okay. As you look over towards Godswin, who's looking, the last thing you see Godswin do, as he is shoved over the edge as a display of their strength, the last thing you hear him here, we'll see if the spear hits or not at 150 feet away.
It's insane, right?
You hear him shout out to you before his voice is cut, possibly. Look after them! Make an attack roll. And you have disadvantage.
I would assume. Yeah, disadvantage. I can use my reaction to cancel that disadvantage. You see, like, the wind kicks up around his hand and carries the spear direct.
All right.
Nice.
This is stupid.
Hey, you gotta try stupid things in life.
Especially so
Those,
in D&D.
No, sir. There's a 10 total.
The spear flies through the air, but it falls well short of the rope. The silence
At least she doesn't have it anymore.
in the village, as all you hear is him shout out to you specifically, Goose. Look after them! And you take that to mean his brother and possibly Juniper, who knows. And you hear the sound of his neck snapping as his body slams against the cliff. The messenger who stands there. Leave his body untouched. Let her be our blessing, and let him be the warning. The son of Vogler is dead. Let it not be in vain. We will... Yeah, go ahead.
I send a message to Goose. Ask how they'll choose the 10%.
How are you making the choice?
Of
1 in
what?
10?
Oh, yes. It'll be a simple blind lottery. We try to be as fair in our selection as possible. And those that get selected sometimes will join the army ranks, helpers, cleaners, cooks. Running an army camp is not an easy task. It requires constant maintenance. Sometimes they don't work out, and sometimes they will weep and cry because they're not ready for it, but eventually they come around.
After that, Ollie's going to transform into a wolf and crash into this woman with an attack, please.
Okay, so...
How dare you! That was someone's brother! And just rush and attack.
Okay.
Where is Finch?
Finch is running like she's about 100 feet away. Like she was 150 feet away. She's just running. She's exhausted. She's tired. You can tell she's injured. And she's sort of hobbling her way along the cliff. I could show you on the map. It's not going to be exact, but she's up here and she's running towards you. And Godswin is now dangling off the side of the cliff, dead.
Is there any way to stop Ollie?
Yeah.
You got to tell me how close you are
Like,
to him. I'm
run
not sure.
after him?
Because
Yeah, so
Ollie is.
Ollie's remembering the exchange that he had with Garrett, just like tapping into that rage, just like charges straight towards this woman.
I mean, you would see him grabbing his mask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mask is on.
We weren't
run.
we weren't that far away.
Yeah, I was at least 30 feet to be able to cast my totem so that Goose could.
So
get
you
the
guys can both.
benefits.
Why don't you both give me? Let's just leave it to initiatives,
So
and
a
let's
roll?
see. Yeah, both of you can see if who's faster.
Oh man, that's not good. What do you get?
16.
12.
All right, Ollie. As you turn, you can hear from behind you, which triggers sort of this reaction, the voice of Garrett, who has seen what has happened, and you can hear him just cry out, pure rage, pure pain, pure sadness at what he has just seen. And as you turn into a wolf, you jump into, and I'm going to invite you to roll initiative, please.
Should I use the one I just rolled or roll again?
Yeah, that's fine. What did you roll? 16?
16.
Yeah, it's on you. You clatter into the midst of this.
Can I get in on this initiative?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Let's. Everybody who wants to initiative their way into fighting this lady, please do.
Do I use the same one that I used
Yeah,
to
if
try
you
and
want
stop
to.
Ollie?
Yeah.
Might as well. It makes sense.
If
I'll
I
remain
see
the same
Lyndon
initiative.
going to do anything, I'm also going to join. I don't wanna, but if Lyndon's doing it, I'm doing it.
All right. So
If
we
Lyndon
have.
jumped off a cliff, would you do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn it.
She's got featherfall usually.
I would jump off the cliff. I would grab him. I would cast Featherfall.
Yeah, it's
I
a
would say
really
it's like-
hard lesson to teach when your sibling knows Featherfall, okay?
I love it.
Doesn't
Also,
have
if
the
it were,
same impact.
I think even if she didn't, she would follow him off the cliff.
Yeah.
They're incredibly
Yeah.
codependent.
All
It's-
right, Ollie, with a 16 so far. So what, Lyndon, what'd you get?
10.
Okay, so that's below Junie. Corey, what'd you get?
11.
Nice.
Oh,
God.
it's not
It's so
okay
good.
anymore.
Hang on, let me just do this like this. This
Very
is the two
funny.
groups.
It's a little bit funny.
It's actually quite
I'm really
hilarious,
taking it
isn't
to
it?
a new reasoning behind one-upmanship.
And
One
here.
pointmanship.
It's in
All right,
the die.
Rackham
I'm
is-
sorry.
Rackham is gonna give out like magic wands and give Corey a +2. and
That's
Rob a
it.
+1.
That's it. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Ollie, as you charge up towards the messenger, she stands there. You can make an attack if you want to.
Hells yeah. Is there someone, an ally within
Goose is right
within
there.
range?
Yeah.
Hells yeah. So I'll make that attack with advantage because of pack tactics.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's go. Oh!
Would you just take out a glass with your
That's another 20!
Nano 20!
Nice.
Oh.
Huge. As you leap onto her, make your roll. So you max damage on the one die, and then roll the second one.
Sick. So I actually have multiple die in this attack roll. Is it max on that one?
Yeah, it's you max out all the dice, and then you just roll the dice again.
Sick. So
Very
that's,
nice.
That's a good rule.
You're just lucky I didn't get to give you your dice.
Yeah, would be in a much different
Would
situation
have
right
fucked
now.
up, fucked up your whole day.
So that's instantly 14 piercing. On top of
Okay.
that, we're gonna go with 14, 18, 20 piercing damage.
Excellent. As you slam into the messenger, you feel the weight of your whole body. She doesn't fall to the ground, but you're mounting there, sort of biting at her neck. You take out a decent chunk of it. You suffer back from the overwhelming heat of her armor 3 points of fire damage.
Love it. Leaves me with 5 temporary hit points left.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think that's my movement, my action, my bonus action.
Excellent.
But I will look towards Goose, and with my telepathy, I'm gonna say, "Use the light," and gesture towards everyone that's basking in the light.
You watch as a response to your attack, The messenger will make a signal, and the 4 soldiers that are handing there are going to shoot at Finch. Because that was the deal. And so with this, the first merc will shoot at Finch. Was a 15, which will hit.
Boy.
Okay. And Finch is not completely healthy. I think we established that. The first shot will hit. You watch as it lands in her hip. She slows down, and you hear her cry of pain echo across. Grits her teeth and keeps moving. The second cultist will equal the second army soldier will make another attack as well. And misses! Lucky for us, the second arrow whizzes right by her neck. And, Goose, you're up.
Goose is going to run at as far as much as he can. So what is the environment leading to Finch look like? Like, would it be better for me to climb up?
There's nothing but cliffs. Like, there's no way up these cliffs safe by climbing. These are natural protection, and instead of having city walls, they left these cliffs. I think I shared the map with you guys in Discord. You could see that there's a sheer cliffside that's about 50 feet in height, so you could try to climb it. There are a lot of handholds there, but if you wanted a path that goes there, you'd have to leave the village for a while, and then there's a path that naturally goes up to the cliffside. So the fastest way up there, climbing.
Fastest way is climbing?
Yep.
Okay. Goose is gonna wish I had one spell slot.
Sad.
Yeah, I'm going to start climbing up, and I'm gonna hurl as many epithets.
So as you walk away from the messenger, she's gonna get an attack of opportunity. You good with that?
Yeah.
Perfect. As you move away from her, she's going to just try to punch you in the kidney.
Such a specific area.
Does a 16 hit?
16, right on the button. Hits.
Okay. So with her punch, her gauntleted fist that has the little spikes on, almost like knuckle dusters, but spiked, catch you in the kidney. That hurts. So it's 1 + 3 + a D10 fire damage.
So is that a magical weapon?
It is.
Bummer.
So that's 7 points of damage, 3 of which is fire.
7 points of damage. Okay.
But you're able to make your way away from him.
19 hit points.
Perfect. Alright, so you get to the cliff 5, 10, 15, 20. So using 20 of your 30 feet of movement, you arrive and you're but at the cliff.
And then action to climb up, and then I'm gonna hold myself precariously on the wall while hurling insults at the people above, so that they take notice of my hopefully precarious position.
Okay, you're about 3/4 of the way up the cliff because you're using your action. Again, there are a lot of handholds. I'll give you an athletics check with advantage. You're able to kind of climb pretty quickly.
Cool. 23. Sorry, 13.
13's good enough. Yeah, you're fine. You're able to climb. You make your way up about 3/4 of the way up. So you're 10 feet from the top. And as you call attention to yourself, we'll see what happens. It is the messenger's full-on turn.
For the record, I call them incels.
Nice.
Right.
Great. You watch as the messenger raises her hand, and the spear from whenever it is, you can hear the as she uses her action to bring it back to her, and that'll be her actual action. She's gonna hold her ground there, and she's looking imperiously over her shoulder towards where Finch is, and she will say, "Stop, or she dies." The 2 other soldiers will hold their turn, waiting to see what you do, their arrows tracked on Finch. Juniper, it's your turn.
Oh man, I think in my turn I'm just going to run up to Ollie and grab him by the fur. Wait, did you wild shape, or are you still in your normal shape? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, wolf
grab.
form.
Yeah, grab Ollie. Essentially, kind of almost a hand out in between her two in the battle brothers.
So the only one
And
that's
just-
left there is Ollie. Goose has run away up the cliff, running
Yeah.
towards his friend. Yeah.
But she's just gonna like clock that, see how far away he still is from Finch, and just say, "We concede." They will
Okay.
stand down. Let her go. The deal is done.
All right. As you're trying to grab onto your brother, use your action. You get there. You're looking around. Give me a quick perception check to see if you can sort of decipher the distance.
What is that? 23.
Yeah, she's exactly 95 feet away. Good job. And 95.3
Did that
feet
help?
away.
Did that
Exactly.
help at all?
I don't know. Maybe it did. But as you run in and sort of intercede between or trying to pull your brother back, you can see the imperial nature, like is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe not. The sort of impervious nature, the stoic. Imperious, yeah, the stoic nature of the messenger, as she's staring down, her face betraying no emotion as she's staring at the wolf, but she's looking over her shoulder still. Don't know if she believes you. She's waiting on the wolf to see what he does. Corey, what are you doing? And then Lyndon, you're next.
I'm gonna send a message to Ollie.
Yeah, what do you say?
Ollie, I know you're angry. This is not the way to win against her. You will kill more of us if you continue.
Anything else?
I am not going to do anything.
I don't know,
going
man.
to-
That's pretty good.
All right,
I'm gonna
Lyndon.
stand
Pretty good
there.
action, I'd say.
Good action. Up there. For sure.
All right.
Top 10 actions.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Top
guys.
10
One of them.
Are you
No,
moving
it's-
anywhere? Or you're just staying there, then watching what's happening.
I'm going to make sure I'm standing beside Lyndon.
Okay. Lyndon, your sister walks up and is standing immediately beside you, though she doesn't look like herself. You know who it is. What will you do?
As it all starts going down, Ollie shouted and charged. Lyndon standing there with his arms folded, his hand on his wand underneath his arm so nobody could see it. Sort of like just goes into a getting ready mode, and like a golden trace starts following his fingers, and he starts doing a rune in his like he's doing something in the air. And then all this happens, and everybody else gets there sooner, and everybody's shouting out, and Goose runs off to climb up a cliff, and Junie grabs the wolf, is like, stop. So he just stops with the rune in the air and just like slows it down, and then instead just turns it into a mage hand, and his hand turns silvery, and then this glove just kind of wafts off and just kind of lowers to the ground, just so he's got that ready in case he needs it. He's just kind of ready and waiting with that.
Okay.
That's it.
Behind you, you get shoved to the side, both of you, not recognizing you. You see Garrett running up from behind, blade in hand.
God damn it.
And his brother just got killed in front of him. He's charging up in the distance, and he is not going to get there this turn, but he's running. It's 30...
So he's charged past us, not
yes,
seeing,
he's sort of bowling through the two of you.
Can
You get
we
both
use
of you
an
reactions.
opportunity attack?
Yes, you can.
If you'll allow it as a reaction, then I've just cast the mage hand in case I needed it. I'm gonna just try and grab his ankle and try and trip him with it.
Make an attack of
Please,
opportunity,
someone
yeah.
Stop him. Please.
I'll kill him.
Wolf.
I don't mind.
No, that's not what I said. That's not.
Spell attack, I'm assuming, so
Yes.
15 to hit.
Let me bring up
I
his
said stop.
log. As he runs up, 15 will hit. As he's running past, he's not paying attention to you at all. His eyes are locked on her, and your mage hand grabs him by the ankle, and you watch as he slows down, and he just place. He looks down, and he sees you. Corey, you also get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, I don't have a lot of strength. Can I try and grapple down it? As
Sure.
he pushes past, I want to like grab onto him.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an attack. So this is a grapple check. So make an attack. First to see if you actually can grab onto him. And you have advantage because Lyndon has slowed him down pretty significantly.
I'm going to stage whisper at him. You will get your chance for revenge.
Okay.
I rolled 2 19s.
Yeah, you.
Oh.
As he runs past, so now as you kind of grab onto him, make a strength check or so athletics for you, and we'll see how he does.
Okay. I wish one of those 19s had been useful before.
He rolls
okay, so that's 16 minus 1, so 15.
All right, he rolls a total of 11. As he runs
Let's
past,
go.
he gets slowed down. He hears you grab onto him by his shoulder, and he is stuck in place. It's one of those scenes where, like, hold me back kind of thing, but he really doesn't want to be held back. Like, you guys can feel him with every ounce of his strength, and you can see
get your chance for revenge. Now is not the time. You're just running in to die alongside your brother.
Oof. Yeah, you can see that he's got tears running down his cheek as he's trying to strain against you.
I promise you, I will get you your revenge.
Right. Ollie, it is your
so
turn.
proud of his sister. Fucking took the dude
You've
out,
got
man.
Junie there trying to hold you back. You can see your brother has run off. Finch is taking shots. But there she stands, and you've gotten a taste of her blood in your mouth. Like, she's there. She's corporeal. She can bleed. What will you do?
You see Ollie just like growl, teeth, fangs bared, ears pinned back, ready to pounce. Looks towards Junie, sees the head shaking. A slight whine will come from Ollie, but Ollie takes a moment to study every single feature of this woman. Every single feature. And yeah, Ollie thinks to himself that this isn't over. And we'll end turn there. And we'll hold action to attack if something goes wrong. Why we'll end turn.
Okay.
Stop being stopped.
So with this, you hold yourself. Goose, the other two mercs are holding their arrows, aiming at Finch. What will you do? They haven't shot at her. They're letting her go, considering that you guys have all held back. What do you do?
Okay, I'm slightly regretting hurling those very directed epithets at you. But if it's okay with you, I'll continue my climb, because I think it's more dangerous to climb down at this point. But I am unarmed.
She's
He
still
pulls
hurt, Goose. Go
Pulls
get
the
her.
hammer from his side and drops it, and then continues climbing. He still had the warhammer on him, so he drops that.
Determined to unarm himself at every opportunity. I'm gonna drop this in the pretense of it being an old lady, and then I'm never going to pick it up again.
I immediately throw
I'm
the
gonna
spear.
throw the spear away. I'm going to drop my hammer up down a cliffside where I'm probably never going to pick it up again.
What a weapons!
The messenger will call out to you from behind and say, wait.
Pauses on the middle of the cliff.
Okay, she wants you to stay there, and they're gonna let Finch run to you.
He's gonna drop then from the castle wall,
Okay.
from the cliff side castle.
He's just gonna fall down.
How
As
many
you-
feet is that?
You're about 30 feet up, or 35 feet up in height. So if you jump off, you just need to make a dexterity check for me, please.
My
Why
God.
not?
Uh,
That's
I can think
17.
of a few reasons. I can think of 3d6 reasons why
Yeah.
not.
I agree.
Yeah, but if they're my d6s, they might.
Yeah, but I rolled a
incredibly
17,
low.
so
Oh,
it's
nice. So you take half damage as you fall from above,
Okay.
30 feet. You take... Oh, that's the most damage I've rolled today. 12, so you take 6 points of damage.
You had temporary hit points, I think, as well. Maybe.
Those were
I don't know how
consumed
many
by
you
the
had left.
spear, but he has
Yeah, okay, cool.
got the armor shenaniganry.
Let's take 3 of that.
As you come down heavily, there's dust that kicks up around you. If nobody's attacking, the messenger will stay her hand, as eventually Finch will arrive, and she will, and you can see her eyes are wild. You've never seen her so scared in your life. As she gets to the edge, she will look to you, and she'll turn around and start climbing down with an arrow sticking out of her side. She's bleeding, she's hurt, she's limping dramatically, but she has slowly turned her back and sort of climbing down.
Goose is running towards her.
And as she arrives, she will throw her arms around you and give you a giant hug.
Goose grabs her. They hold for a second. He pulls back and he's like, "Man, you look like shit."
Before she has much chance to say anything, the messenger will have walked beside both of you. Let it be known that we are merciful. We are not fools. And with this, she has a small dagger in her hand, and she'll look to you, Goose, and she'll simply ask the question, you or her?
Neither, dipshit.
And with this, with her blade in hand, she'll grab you by the jaw, lift your head up to look up to her, and she will draw her blade across your left eye and give you a copy of the same scar she has, going from above your eye, going down across your cheek, and you can feel the warmth of your blood filling your vision, going dull in your left eye entirely. Make a cons saving throw for me, please.
Low stakes, right?
Low stakes.
Sure.
It's like a DC 10.
This feels
I think.
incredibly low stakes right now.
Okay, so I'll use my
I mean,
low
you've
stakes
still
die.
got
The
one
Ellen
eye.
die.
What's the that low stakes die? Why? Jesus Christ.
It's 8 total.
Perfect.
So no, sorry, 6 total.
6.
Cannot blame me.
Sure,
for
that
Well
that.
done.
Cannot.
I mean, like, you gave your younger brother a lighter, and you were like, "Don't play with that." And now,
So with
setting
this,
everything on fire.
as she draws the blade across, you fall from the pain. You're sad that you were unable to stay stoic and quiet. The pain that shoots through you is unlike anything else you've ever felt. And as she finishes drawing the mark, you guys can see you're down to 1 hit point, Goose. You're almost completely unconscious. The pain, but she lets go of you. The wound itself, from the heat of the dagger that burns, it is cauterizing immediately. The blood is dried almost instantly, though your left eye for the moment does not see anything. The messenger will
Goose
turn to face
He's
all
gonna...
of you. 1 second, and and she will just say, "We will be back tonight, and we will be watching." And what do you say? Go for it.
Goose says nothing but spits blood at her.
She will mount her horse. She will leave the 4 soldiers as they recede a little bit into the forest to watch and make sure that nobody tries to escape. And the messenger will leave.
I think as soon as she turns away, I think it's probably just like the family, like remaining, still just waiting until she goes. And as soon as she does, I'm gonna sprint over to Goose and just be like, look at me. Okay, just turn your face towards mine.
That's
It's
rude.
all right.
Look at you. Yeah, good one. Oh,
She took the whole eye. It's okay. Don't.
it's fine. It's fine. I always wanted a black patch anyway. This'll make me look
gosh.
really cool.
How did Ollie do it? How did? I think she's gonna like place her hands like around, like kind of cupping Goose's head.
Ow.
And without knowing it, just try and silently plead to the Fisher King, like, please don't just let me help my brother. And I'd like to cast Cure Wounds for the first time
Sure.
Not
what-
knowing that I could have done it before, as is my way of naturalistic storytelling.
What does it look like?
Well, so I'm reverse engineering here. It gives like a D8 plus 2 damage, which I'm assuming is probably not gonna bring back the eye.
You can see that it's the scar that's there that's still like burning red and sort of cauterizing. It'll dull the pain. It'll take some of it away. It won't restore the eye for sure. But what color magic does it take? What does it look like?
Yeah, I think in it coming from Juniper and being so related to, you know, the forest surrounding her home, that it is a sort of a green glow, kind of like, you know, when the sun shines through a tree and you get the dapple. It's almost just as if there's these kind of yellowy green lights that just kind of dapple all over,
Nice.
almost like glowing where it falls on Goose's face as she just kind of like is silently crying and just willing her brother to be better.
So Goose,
Get better, not be better.
I think we also walked up, and as soon as I see any sort of like magic healing being cast, I'm going to try and block anyone from seeing this.
Perfect. You make yourself as big as possible, which admittedly is not huge, but still, you are able to kind of cover. People are sort of aghast at what they've just seen, and a lot of the population, save Becklin, who's there, was running. Becklin is like the second that Godswin died, she started running towards the cliffside to go look over his body. The mayor is not too far behind, but most of the population, after seeing this exchange, have scattered. Some of them that are by the bear totem stayed, but everybody else kind of got so scared at what has happened, what she said, the display of just absolute pitilessness, and they've gone back to their homes to start collecting things or cleaning up or, you know, making ready for the army to show up. So there are very few people here. Lynn, are you doing anything in particular? And Ollie, same question.
No.
Ollie's gonna go over to Garrett. We'll probably go check his brother first. Like he checked on Goose first.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Garrett afterwards. Yeah.
Perfect. So for this, Goose, the only thing that you see looking up is the person that you like the best in the world and the person that for a while maybe you like the least in the world. Both of which looking very concerned over you. You can feel the warmth coming back, but the left eye doesn't see anything. The right eye, you can see the tears in Finch's face, you can see the tears in your sister's face, and there's like this halo of green light that almost filters behind her. You can hear the whisper of leaves and forest and birds for a brief second. Do you regain? You can roll your d8.
Yeah, it's a D8 plus 2 if you want to roll it.
Oh. 4 hit points.
That's not too bad on a D8. That's quite good.
Well, it was a 2 and then plus 2.
That's good.
Fuck off. You know what? Can
I take it back. I don't even heal you.
actually? Yeah.
So as you are on the ground, Goose, Finch is trying to help you back up. And the only thing that you hear her say, the first words out of her mouth are, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry."
Can I check her neck for a scar, please?
100%. Yeah, she's right there. It's nothing but scars.
Investigation?
Yep.
16.
She has wounds and injuries that are on her, but not a scar. She, just by her state, so with the 16, you know that she's been with there. You don't know when she made her way to that camp. You don't know where the hell she came from. You know of her, but you've never met her before. She has fresh injuries on her. She has not been treated very well, but there is no scar that denotes that, you know, she's a face dealer or anything.
PM.
Yes.
I'd like to change out of my wolf form. Just mulch and leaves and foliage falling off me as I trend back to Ollie. I'm gonna interact with Finch, if that's okay.
100%.
I looked at Goose first, just to see if Goose, like, just tries to stop me or anything like that. No? Okay, cool. I'm sorry. My anger got the best of me. I gesture towards the arrow.
A lot of people are saying sorry right now to me, and while this is good confirmation that I'm always right and such things. Right now, I could A, use lying down. My face feels like it's on fire, and B, someone to take the arrow out of my friend.
That's what I was trying to do, brother. I'm sorry.
fine.
It was-
No.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I gesture towards the arrow. I would like to do a medicine check to remove it, please.
Do you
Okay.
need help? I can help
I've got it.
if you'd like.
This is my doing.
So you grab the arrow, make a medicine check for sure, 100%.
Go. 22.
The arrow is more like surface than
Yeah.
deep into the bone, so you are
Right.
fairly confident it's not barbed. Like it'll cause some damage, but it won't make it worse.
How's it go? As I finish up removing that, I drop it. I don't need it. I don't need to look at it right now. I look over to the Corey and say, "Can you cover me?" And I'm going to drop. Oh, good. Sorry.
Yeah, Corey will nod and not really say anything to you, and is going to. Corey's not a big person, but I guess like hover around with Ollie and with Finch so that the blue cloak she's wearing covers the light as best that she can.
Okay.
Ollie's going to tap into their wild heart, summoning everything that they know about the wilds, imagining like lights and small miracles, and is going to tap into that and hopefully drop a second level cure wounds into Finch, please.
Go for it, absolutely.
That is going to be 2d8 plus 3.
So, was anyone
what's
telling me that
happening?
like half our family got the ancient divine power to heal the wounds of the sick? Is that just
Let's not talk about it out loud right now.
right?
That's 11.
Could I
GM.
get? Sorry.
Okay, 11, perfect. Yes, the scrapes and bruises that are still like, you can see the black eye that she's been trying to do her best to cover with her hair. The color goes from that black to blue to sort of the greens of it healing. She looks better. It looks more alert. Her eyes have a little bit more light to them, and yeah, you definitely healed her 100%. She feels significantly better, and the wound on her hip where the arrow had pierced is now covered in fresh scab. Yeah, your healing was very effective.
I'll see.
And
We
Lyndon,
need
yes.
to-
Could
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
you go.
confirmation? Could I just get a GM confirmation? What time of day is it?
You guys went at night. You came back. It's probably 7:38 in the morning or so. It's very early because in the middle of the night you went
Mhm.
scouting, you fought, you came back, so it's probably 7 or 8 in the morning.
And the messenger said that she and the army would be back tonight,
Correct.
and she's left
Mm.
4 guards looking over the town to make sure
She-
nobody runs.
The 4 soldiers who are still standing, they receded a little bit into that well-forested area that's above the cliffside. She also did say to not touch the body of Godswin.
All 4 of the
Uh,
soldiers are up on the cliffside,
Yes, you don't
and they
see,
look.
you don't see them
well
anymore,
armored.
but they look like they are wearing. From the angle you're at, they're kind of far. You know what? Give me a perception check, and I'll give you more details on it.
That is a 15.
Perfect. That's the DC. Excellent. So with this, yeah, there are 4 of them. 2 of them had these long bows on them. The other 2 have short bows. They have scale armor on. They look where the guys you had fought in the patrol before looked sort of to some extent green. It occurs to you, based on everything that she said, that the 10% that they take from cities and villages that they've taken over thus far, sometimes they make them into patrolmen or guards or rarely soldiers. And it occurs to you the guy that you had fought who had started calling for his mom was
Yeah.
probably one of those people who is not a professional soldier, who is just
And
a guardsman.
These 4 are similar.
These
looking
4
to
are
that guy.
professional. Look,
These guys are professional, not that guy.
he did not bring amateurs with
Okay.
her to overlook the town, correct?
Good. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We should get back to the town as best as we can unseen. We've traded Finch for Godswin, and the town will not be happy about it. Can someone help Goose
The
up?
town saw all of it. There's no hiding what happened.
Yeah. But if there's any way of us slinking off,
We
at
need to
least
own
just
it.
with
We
Not
were the
much for
ones that
slinking.
we were the ones that confronted her. We were the ones that attacked her. We were the ones that stepped forward. We have thrown our family straight into this. Now we have to own it.
Shouldn't have had to choose.
No, we shouldn't have, but yet we did. So we'll again.
Oh, I lost you. Sorry. Did I lose everybody or just?
Hello, testing,
Oh,
testing.
there-
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
There we
Okay,
go.
Yeah.
Yay, now
Sorry,
we can
AJ, you dropped out for a little bit.
Oh,
For a second.
we're going to walk back into the town with our heads held high. We're going to rest and we're going to come up with a plan to get out of here. As a family. And Finch.
That'll do.
That could have been any of us up there.
Lyndon is going to walk up to Ollie.
Wait.
Okay, you walk up to Ollie. He's there.
I thought somebody said wait. I walk up to Ollie and I say, just low enough that he can hear. Not satisfied with Mother, you're trying to get the rest of us killed, you fucking idiot. And then I'm going to turn around and walk away, just seething.
We have to go back together.
Finch is
Corey's right.
trying to lift up Goose by herself. She's not as strong as, you guys, but she's doing her best to lift up Goose to his feet and try to begin walking back to town, listening to what Juniper's saying. She's like, what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get him back and get him into a bed.
Wait, I'd like to go see the body. Will you wait for me?
I don't think they're gonna let you close. Jim.
You see that Finch, I'm done waiting, and she is just has had a misery of a time. You don't know what's happened to this poor girl, but she's not waiting. She wants to go. She wants to go inside
go
the
with
house.
her.
She wants to lie down. She wants to look after her friend. She's not doing great.
I'll
Then
turn to
I will-
Ollie. Ollie, go with Junie.
No, it's fine. We need to. You were right, Corey. We need to be a united front here. Our actions have consequences, and I think Godswin will wait. And I will kind of get up, also, help Finch out with Goose, and just silently stride towards the town.
Ollie's gonna watch them all go, and also search for Garrett.
All right, Garrett.
Is
Yeah.
Ollie not coming with us?
Ollie hasn't. He's dawdling behind you guys, and just wanted to update
Okay.
on Garrett.
So as you guys begin to walk into the town, the few people that are left there, the mayor will come and also do her best to look and see if she can help in some kind of way. But seeing that you guys have Goose well in hand, and that Finch is here, and recognizes Finch from having been in town a few times with Crimson, the band, and some of the shenaniganry that they've been up to, she doesn't say much, and she will turn her attention then to Garrett, who's sitting on the ground and has gotten up to walk towards where Becklin is to look over the body of his brother. And that's when you can intercept him, Ollie, as he's despondently, seemingly in a daze, seeing that woman walk away. And as you approach him, he glares at you, and the burning hatred he has in his eyes for you in that moment, Ollie. And the only thing he'll tell you is, you promised me. You promised that we would rescue them. And you chose her over my brother.
I didn't choose anyone, and I didn't promise.
Your
Recall my
family
words
chose.
correctly.
You chose. This is as much. If you had let me just rescue him out of the camp, He doesn't want to talk to you. He just does not want to talk to you. Is walking towards where the body's hanging off the cliff. You could follow him if you want to, but he is not interested in talking to you at all.
Remembering the words of Father, that we need to be united, stay together. Ollie will go with his siblings.
Okay.
But Garrett's words definitely hang heavy.
Garrett will walk over the edge where Becklin is. You guys lose sight of him. You return to the inn. I'm assuming that's where you guys are going.
Yeah.
Yalme has some of the beds that have cleared up from people that have been healed or people who have sadly passed, but there are a couple of beds that are available in the bottom level where this impromptu infirmary has been set up. There are also rooms upstairs. Where do you guys want to take Goose?
Do we still have our rooms from?
Yes. There's instead of the 2 rooms, it's been down to 1 because they had to requisition 1 for people who are sick.
I'm gonna.
I think we should. Yeah. You...
If Lyndon is heading that way, I'm gonna follow.
Goose is gonna give Finch his bed. And he'll sleep on like the fold-out couch or whatever.
Absolutely.
The futon.
If we go to the
futon.
if we go up to the room, Corey's immediately gonna push Goose onto Lyndon and Corey's bed.
Oh
Absolutely
no!
not.
Stop! He says, climbing and like rolling.
She's gonna flick him on the other side. On the other side of the head, but because Corey doesn't have strength, it doesn't actually do anything.
Yes, trust me, Goose, you'll live. Just get some rest.
Yeah, I will be. I'll be. Hey, J-Town.
Yes.
Gonna be all right. Huh? All right.
Is that because she took the left eye?
Yeah, and I go right eye left. Pretty good. I am
Please.
gonna sleep forever.
Please get some rest.
It isn't Goose. You have not slept all night. You are
Normally
exhausted.
I'd laugh, but I was acting.
You're exhausted, and it isn't long before, right as soon as your head hits the pillow, that you are out. And from that room, Finch is deep asleep, snoring super loudly as she is wont to do, and you are out cold.
Can I add a sad detail?
Yeah, for sure.
Just as soon as she thinks that Finch and her brother are sleeping, whether or not they actually are, but as soon as Juniper thinks they're sleeping, she will softly cry.
Okay. Do you cry in
Nailed
front
it.
of Lyndon and Corey?
We are.
Oh, probably not. No, it's like as soon as she thinks everyone is gone, she'll like keep a brave face. But as soon as she thinks she's truly alone with Finch and Goose sleeping, you'll just hear that, you know, when someone's like
Sure.
not allowing themselves to cry out loud, but just you hear the little breaths.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Okay.
know, just for flavor.
Yeah, it's a terrible day for rain. Lyndon and Corey, what are you guys doing? Your brother is deep asleep. Finch
Whatever
is
the other one
also
does.
asleep. Juniper
Yeah, I
is
was like, I'm waiting for. I
Junie
think,
is watching over them. She's staying in
Yeah.
the room, sort of acting as like de facto guards over her brother and this woman, and you guys are left to your own devices. Ollie, I don't know where you are, but we'll start with the twins.
once I know that Goose isn't like resting, I'm gonna go wherever Lyndon is.
Yeah, Lyndon didn't go back to the tavern inn.
Okay.
Lyndon went past it with the rest of them, but then just like paced. He couldn't be around them at the moment. Paced around town. He's still got a little while left of looking not like himself, so he feels a little comfort in that, and so he's going to the outskirts of town and looking out for other guards to see if they've left more than the 4 that we could see.
Okay.
He just spends the rest of his disguised self just pacing and looking for other guards that are on duty and trying to formulate some sort of plan.
You are looking the same way that you looked when you were at the gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that one of the gnomes that lives in town, who goes by the name of Dan, sort of is looking around and is desperately trying to get the attention of Becklin, who's not there. The mayor's not paying attention to this gnome. And you can hear the gnome sort of, well, And nobody... What about the gnome flinger? We could... No one? Just... Excuse me. And he recognizes you from... And I've seen you talking to Becklin before, I'm pretty sure. Can you get me an audience with her, please?
What is it you need to say?
Well, there's... My understanding, and maybe limited, but we're being watched, right? That's
Yes.
what I've heard. Well, we could come at these, not me, because I'm old and tiny and things, but we could. Why aren't we fighting back? I don't understand. Us little folk, we've had to deal with this. Gnomes, Kinder, the big ones always think they're so clever and smart, but we're smart, we're clever. We could fight back. She only left 4 of them. Maybe we could do something.
4 very experienced soldiers. Do you have anything in mind?
Yes! My invention! The gnome flinger! And you get the sense that this gnome has been waiting his whole life to talk about this thing.
And it does what it sounds like. It's a
Yes!
Where's his elevator pitch?
He points to the Thornwall Keep, rather. And on top of it, you can see this enormous catapult-looking thing. When we've been using it for every year or just about, there's always something that goes wrong with it. But I finally perfected it. I'm just saying, maybe we could load some of our better fighters.
Tested it.
What's that?
You've perfected it and tested it.
Yeah. Well, yes, for sure.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check. Yeah.
I probably believe him. That's a 4.
You know what? Hang on, because he has disadvantage. I rolled a 4. No, I rolled a 3.
Hey.
He's obviously lying. He has perfected it. Not a whole lot of testing. Not a whole lot of testing has happened.
The purpose of this thing is to fling something of your size. Someone of your size.
Yes. Well, Fine, you caught me. We've been using really big watermelons, and they've done really well. Really well. We throw them 100 feet, 150 feet. 300 feet's very much the limit, but...
And when they land?
Yes, they land.
Yes, when they land.
Finish your sentence. I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
They would break your bones. If you were not a watermelon, you would die.
But wait.
Being flung that far.
No. We have nary crashes. They sort of act as anti-crashing devices.
I'm interested to hear more, but I'll need to speak to, and I'll turn and see Corey walking towards me.
Corey's just
never mind.
leaning against a wall, was giving Lyndon his time to walk around the town and didn't want to interrupt, is just waiting.
Take us to it.
All right. Well, yes, you're very keen. I love it. Follow me. And you watch as this little gnome begins to walk on towards the left side of town where Thornwall Keep is.
I'll turn towards Corey and say in Twin Speak, we need to know what resources we have. This is data gathering. We need to know what we have at our disposal before we can come up with a plan. This could be nothing, but it could be something. And then turn and follow after this guy.
All right. With this, you guys can, and I'll show the audience what it looks like. As
boy.
You guys make your way up, you can see standing atop it this enormous catapult-looking device that sits on top of the highest tower of Thornwall Keep. This big thing that has these pipes sticking out, this long big chains, an enormous oversized basket with huge wheels, and it is strapped down with a number of ropes and elements, and you can hear, just even as you slowly approach it, and then we'll cut to Ollie, see what he's doing, but you can hear the strain of the wood and the ropes just... This is under super high tension.
I immediately turn to Lyndon. In Fimerak.
Zai.
Just a question.
Yes!
I think that should be
Do you want to
stated
try it? Is that the question? The answer is yes.
Absolutely not. This is quite a high vantage point.
Yes.
So using this will be incredibly obvious to anyone watching us.
But here's the deal. We can move it. I have an elevator right behind there. We could drop it and repair it or whatever, and we could still get where we need to go. Well, by we, I mean, the people that we would send.
I also, again, I want to state that every move that we're doing in the city right now is being observed. I don't think there's only 4. If I was someone observing the town and keeping them hostage, I would definitely have hidden guards. People watching, might even be people within the town itself, to make sure that we don't act out. I think any movement with this thing atop a keep, even moving it off, would be an act of defense, would be seen as a way of getting out, would potentially make them come sooner than tonight. We need a less obvious answer.
But here's my counter offer. You get to fly.
Lyndon?
It's tempting.
They're pitching the wrong Hartman.
This is the Hartman they found.
I mean, you said it yourself. Inem Fimerak. But it could be a distraction.
It could... Corey will switch into twin speak. It could be an incredible distraction to get our family out.
Yes, that's what
but
I
anyone
mean.
else doing this is going to be immediately killed.
Yes, that's what I mean.
So we're going to convince others to sacrifice themselves using this idiotic invention.
This idiot is willing to sacrifice himself for his own idiotic invention.
He's willing for others to use it. He has blatantly stated he's not going into it.
He said he's been using watermelons. I have an idea. Come with
All
me.
right.
We'll be back, and then I will walk around the back, and I'll find like because there's forestry around. Presumably, there's like we can find a lumberyard, a big lump of wood.
Yes.
I walk over to this huge lump of wood, and I say, I've been percolating an idea. And I'll sit down. I'll stand beside this huge lump of wood, and I will start to do some transmutation on it, and it will start to turn to petrified wood beneath my fingers, and it will start to turn to stone at quite a rate. I worked it out before. I can do about 17 cubic inches of material every round.
Can you give it to me by cubic square millimeters, please?
But I'm not going to. Okay, go ahead. It's just under 3 cubic inches per second. It's quite a lot of material, but this wood starts to turn to stone, and eventually this log is like this huge rock, this boulder. And I say, I can do something similar in reverse. And then I snap my fingers, and the thing instantly turns back into wood. If we can find a large enough rock, I can turn it to wood or something light, balsa wood. It can fling a phenomenal distance, and then in a click of a fingers, it turns back into stone, and we've got an incredible projectile. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it'll work. We don't have to sacrifice anyone for this. Even if that's just a distraction, it's just a distraction. But if it hits one of them, then it doesn't matter how trained they are as soldiers.
You want to try and hit the soldiers?
Possible. Or the camp where they're standing. There's 4 of them standing in the same tree line. We aim at the tree line. If it hits a tree, if it hits them, all the better. But it distracts them either way.
I think that the moment we do that, if we don't take out all 4 at the same time, which is a risk, we are immediately throwing ourselves into war. And so I don't want
war
you or I or our I understand. I want to get out, Lyndon. I don't want to create some distraction. Unless the distraction is run by other people, I don't want you or I near it.
I don't have to be near it. This thing works from wherever I happen to be. It will stay as what I've transmuted it into until I click my fingers. Or, I don't know, I haven't tested the limits of it, but an hour
There's
maybe?
no distance or range, you can just click your fingers. So if we're in a different town by then...
I'm still practicing it. I've still yet to find the limitations, but it's...
Okay. It's a choice. We need to discuss it with others.
Yes. I think we need to rest. They're not coming back for the next few hours. I just need an hour to sit down and think over.
I agree. Let's just rest for a while and think and try and get our family out of this town. There's no guarantee that one of us won't be taken, especially now that we've demonstrated all of us have
They'll
magic
definitely take
abilities.
Goose. If we're still here when they come back, Goose is joining them.
And potentially
Or
Ollie.
dying.
He can transform into a wolf, and he demonstrated it in front of her.
I cannot believe the extent of that idiot. Does he know no bounds? Like he's actively trying to kill a whole family. He's such a hothead. Mother was never like that, was she? Do you remember her?
No, but father was.
I wish I remembered her.
Me too.
And on that terribly sad scene, I'm gonna flip the camera over to Ollie. What have you been up to?
Question.
Yes.
Where's father?
Wonderful question. He's not in the tavern.
Not finding father. Ollie will simply write a letter, fold it up, place it on his bed, and then walk into the night.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Whereabouts? How do you leave? Where do you leave?
We're in the tavern, right?
Yeah. There is
I'm
one
just-
major exit out of town, which is the gate, where
So
everything
I'm
happened.
not leaving the town yet,
Oh, okay.
but I'm gonna go get lost in Vogler. How
Alright.
big? Like, is there enough space in Vogler to get lost?
It's not a really. It's a fishing village. There are some nooks and
Sure.
crannies where you could find some peace and respite, probably away from eyes. And the most common place the place that you find would be beneath the unfinished bridge from so long ago. So there is a wharf, and there is a sort of a bridge that extends into nothing, and below there. At this moment, usually it's a fishing spot for certain people, but there's nobody there right now, and that's like the quietest spot in town.
I'll head there.
Perfect. So you go and find some peace and quiet for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless anybody is, Junie is sitting quietly watching over her siblings. There are hours of time going by, but at some point in the next couple of hours, Becklin is back in the tavern, and she is looking for Juniper. She is looking. You can hear that she's talking. There's commotion down in the main room again, and you hear the voices of Juniper, or not Juniper. You hear the voices of Becklin. You hear the voices of the mayor, and you hear the voice of Lord Bakar, Lord Gerber, and they are deep in argument. Juniper, you can hear that from upstairs. You're the only one awake in the tavern. The twins are sort of. We'll figure out where they are in the next couple of hours, but you can also hear, if you're nearby the tavern, you can hear the heated exchange between the leaders of town.
Am I right in understanding that several hours have passed?
Yeah, several hours have passed, yes.
Okay, I would like to wild shape,
Yep.
if possible,
Yes.
stealthily.
Yep.
And then move out into the wilds.
Okay, are you going, so, what shape do you take?
Let's go mouse.
Mouse? Okay.
I just want to make sure no one sees me doing it, though.
You got it. Excellent. Are you heading in any particular direction?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Perfect. All right, let's deal with that first. When you escape the town in your mouse form, squeak, 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 you pass through the only area that is attached to the mainland is sort of like that gate or the cliffs. Nobody spots a mouse. Mice are a dozen everywhere in this location. And we'll say over the course of the next couple of hours, if you're heading in no particular direction, just roll a d8 for me, and that'll determine the direction, the cardinal direction that you end up going.
D8?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. 7.
7, you're going northwest. Perfect. So 1 is north, 2 is northeast, and we go full circle around.
Yep.
Northwest, a couple of hours in, and if you're in the wilds, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Let's go. It's a natural 19 for a total of perception?
Yep.
24.
Whoa, nice.
You are about an hour out of town when you realize that you're being watched. And in your mouse form, you look up and you see the thing that hunts mice. An owl standing on a branch that is staring down at you. And it is of slightly blue tint. You recognize this owl. This is the owl that has watched you and to whom you've spoken with over the past years of your life. At the night back in the farm, the one that you've sort of used as an unofficial diary of your days and who you've confided things in. And it's standing there watching you with its enormous eyes as you're passing a clearing by a small rock. And you can feel its presence. It is absolutely staring at you, and there's a sense of sadness, maybe, or questioning in its eyes.
I'm going to try and reach out and connect with it telepathically.
Okay. You feel that there's a mind there for sure. There's a mind that you, now that you know that, it's magic that you're doing, there's definitely a shape to this that is larger than that of a traditional owl. There is a definite connection that you're making. It feels... give me a nature check. I love this.
Oh, not good. Nature is 7.
It feels like you swear, if you didn't know any better, this is Corey that you're talking to right now.
Corey?
That's obviously, and there's...
Are you able to turn into an owl?
It looks at you.
Why are you following me?
No answer there. But you know it understands you. It absolutely understands.
What do you want?
Can you make a wisdom check for me, please? Or a wisdom saving throw for me, rather?
Saving throw. 20.
Nice. You feel the pressure of images pushing towards your mind, but you have the choice whether or not you can choose to accept it or reject it.
I'll accept it.
Okay. You see an image of your mom and your dad from a memory that is not yours. It is when they were significantly younger. You've never seen your mom. You've never seen your dad, and you've never seen your dad this young, rather. And this is from the vantage point of somebody looking down at them, sitting beneath a tree. The shape of the tree looks familiar. It's that same arch that sits as the entryway of your house now. The same entryway where your father got really mad at that owl that one time that you remember. You're seeing from the eyes of somebody who knew your parents when they were younger. And you can see just their deep connection, that they are a family, that they love each other dearly. And you can feel that warmth of love and of that deep connection that they have extends to you and extends to all of your siblings. And in that moment, the owl, who has this memory, God knows how or why or where, this Corey-looking energy that seems familial is pushing the question of, or rather the statement that you are loved and you are wanted.
I don't want to take any more from them. I I've already taken so much. I almost got them killed. It's better if I'm not around. It's better if I'm lost. Telepathically to the owl.
Yeah. The owl just shows you one more image before, and it is the image of your mother as a child. You can see hands in this imagery from a first-person point of view. They look elven, lithe, beautiful hands, and you can see your mother, Julia. You recognize her. She is a mixture of your sisters. She looks a lot like Corey, or at least Corey now. You've heard that she looked like Juniper later in life. It's hard to, but she looks a lot like your sister. Well, that's how kids work. They're like sort of a mirror image of their parents. And she is alone playing, and she looks so incredibly lonely and sad. And you balance that image of your mother alone playing as a child, yearning for company, yearning for someone, and the happiness that she felt when she met your father and the life that they shared. And she's trying to do the calculus for you that you are the outcome of that life, and that is not a mistake, and that she again reiterates that you're loved and you're wanted. You can make an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a natto 20.
Nice.
Oh no, 20.
You have no doubt in your mind that these are memories that come from your grandmother.
All right.
God dang it.
I'm going to connect with the owl once more.
Mm-hmm.
If I go back, I need your guidance more than ever. Because if I take any more of my mother from this world, I will not survive it. I already hear it in every whisper, in every hidden emotion. I have already done the greatest wrong in this world. I have taken the life of my mother from everyone I love.
I think the message that you would emphatically get back is that not disagreeing necessarily with you, but rather reorienting your thought or the image or the feeling that you are the continuation of your mother's love. And you are the continuation of your mother. You are what's best of her, and that's what your father has told you. That's what this memory is pushing on you. Whether or not you choose to accept it is entirely up to you. But the owl will sit there and watch and keep you company as long as it is necessary.
Ollie will sit in the presence of the owl, but will ultimately be convinced to turn back, and will turn back. Start heading back to the letter that he wrote.
I need you to make a perception check for me before you're about to head back, please.
16.
Two things. One, you're an hour or so out of town, and there is an early party of the army that is probably about an hour away from you. You can hear the whispers of animals that are fleeing, approaching. You have probably 2.5 hours before this early group of army scouts arrives somewhere in the vicinity. Two, with a 16, you see where the owl eventually disappears and leaves you to head back to town. The footfalls and markings on the ground. You've faced them once, and you recognize that energy, The trapper is on the hunt. Okay, let's go back to town. Juniper.
You're rolling insight. You can tell that I'm sad.
Everybody's
that scene
sad.
was very beautiful.
Juniper, what are you
sad.
doing? An hour or so has gone by. Finch is, they're deep asleep. They're probably going to be sleeping for the next few hours still.
Cool.
You are alone. What would you like to do?
I may have.
You can hear the exchange of loud voices below. Becklin is saying, "They can't possibly get away with this. We can't leave Godswin's body hanging on the cliff. What does that mean for us?" And Lord Gerber is shouting, "No, they've made a promise. Look, they let one of them go, then these idiots attacked them, and it would have been fine. Just who cares? I'm sorry that Godswin had to die, but why let his body just be in vain? Let us celebrate his life by agreeing to have the army come in. You just give them what they want, and then they'll leave. It's really not that complicated. Just
I'll make my way closer to Becklin and this discussion that is happening.
Okay, yeah, as you make your way down, you can see that the mayor is torn. The mayor is super indecisive between Becklin's heckling and just demanding basically for... Becklin wants to fight. The Mayor Raven thinks that maybe they should flee and to start collecting as many boats as possible. And Lord Gerber is saying, no. We just stay. We give them what they want. We don't have to go. Our lives are here. And poof, the door opens and there you are.
I can hear that you're having a dilemma.
It's not, Becklin will tell you, it's not much of a dilemma. I think with Cudgel's army and the mercenaries... We go
Then
down
you
in
will
a blaze
still
of glory.
fall
We
short.
need to stop them here and now. There might be 1,000 of them or whatever, but the knights will not stand by and not just defend the realms. It's literally our purpose.
You should defend your people and buy them time to escape. They've said that this town is being watched, but there has to be some way of getting the people who are vulnerable out. They don't want us to warn the next town and the town after. Perhaps if we join forces with them, then we can fight. But if you put them up now, you'll all die. Just like Godswin.
Mayor Raven's like, he's talking a lot of sense. My duty is to the people of this town, and Becklin, while I agree with you that it is horrible what they've done, we don't want 100 more Godswins. And the Lord again steps in. Well, I think we're talking out of turn. I think we just... If you would listen to me, in fact, I should have been mayor, but that's neither here nor there. I think we're
done listening to you.
We haven't done any of it. We have done none of it, because you've tried your plan, and what has it gotten us? Attention from them. And your friend is killed, the other one returned. You look like a dog's breakfast, I'm sorry to say. Your brother, the thief, has lost his eye, which deservedly so. And so, why not try my way? What's there to lose?
Everything.
I'm gonna send a message. I think Corey is in the tavern disguised in like a booth. Had like a rest and then is just going to be around to like observe and hear people's plans. I don't know if Lyndon's resting or if they're making a plan themselves, but is going to send a message to Junie and just say, ask where the money came from to pay the mercenaries.
So I think that we should listen to me because I'm a lord and I have funded
Who paid for the mercenaries?
What mercenary? What are you talking? What are you babbling about?
They were paid to turn against the town. Where did the money come from?
How should I know?
Because you're the richest man in town. Like you said, you should have been mayor.
Do you think that I would have paid mercenaries to attack our people and draw attention to us in such a way? What? Do I look like the kind of person that just wastes money willy-nilly on nonsense?
Insight check.
What's he wearing?
Sure, make an
like,
insight.
is he not like?
Love that the
surely-
NPC said willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Is
Is he like? Yeah.
He's really well dressed. Like he has fine
That is
silks.
a non-natural 20.
Okay, non-natto 20. He's
Good,
he-
good, as we
he's-
say in the biz.
he's dressed really well. Like he has opulent clothes. He has a number of rings. You can see he's got a couple of earrings. He's got these really big gold chain around his neck. He is not lying, Corey. He is not the one who paid the mercenaries. There's definitely something maybe he's not telling you. And with a Dirto 20, his items that he wears, every last one of his pieces of jewelry radiates magic. Every single piece of ring, his necklace, his earring, his cane, all of them are radiating magic.
I immediately relay that to Junie, and I add, how does he know that he won't be taken in this? What is he getting out of... how does he know he won't be taken? This isn't a positive outcome for 10%. Is he certain he's not part of that?
So,
I think.
if we're done
judging
making
from
wild
your-
accusations from poor people, I think we should listen to the
Yes,
rich people
you're-
because they're rich because they're better than everyone else. I think that's just how it is.
You just said, "Did you look like the person to spend money frivolously?" I think I'm less like interrogating like the line of you paid for this town, and now I'm just trying to turn Becklin and the mayor against him because, like, if he can fall, then like this line of logic can. Look at his
Juniper would-
rings. Oh yeah.
Sorry, Juniper would also know that like Goose told you that like where
Yeah.
Finch was missing, like
Exactly.
where she got captured, and for her to turn up in behind enemy lines, kind of thing. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, that's a good reminder. Look at the rings on his fingers. Look at his chains. He's secure not because he thinks that the army won't do any harm to this town, because he knows he can buy his way to safety. That same luxury will not be afforded to any of us.
You know what?
Not to mention...
You know what? I have enough gold. I have enough steel and gold and copper and silver and other things that, my friends, I will ensure your safety. I will pay for your steel fee, and it'll be fine. But I'm not paying for you because you're a miserable miscreant and you're stinking elf lover.
Good. I would never take your wretched money, especially since it won't do any good to this army. Surely, what's the mayor's name again?
Mayor Raven.
Becklin Raven. You know that he is not speaking any sense. He does not speak for the people of this town. The only way you can get out of this is by fleeing, and hopefully some brave individuals can help buy a distraction.
At that, he will retort one thing. Your plan of fleeing is the one thing the messenger warned us against and would lead to 100% of our destruction. My plan offers us a 90% survival rate. 100% of losing or 90% survival. I know which one I would choose.
You offered up my brother's friend to that army. Seraphina, the last time she was seen was around your house.
Oh, so if some hypothetical person broke into my house and hypothetically did some things and then hypothetically ended up somewhere else, why should I care? Hypothetically, I don't. That has nothing to do with what's happening. You can make an insight check if you want.
Sure. Do I need to?
You don't need to.
I think Juniper's mind is made up.
I just love that
like-
hypothetically is like a legal term. If you say hypothetically, it can't be held to court against you.
That's
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It's
hypothetical.
like as
Keen legal mind.
yeah.
I would like for you to make a persuasion roll to see if Becklin and or Raven are... which way they're going to lean.
Okay. It's not big. It's a 12.
Okay. I rolled a 3 for Lord Gerber on my massive die right here. 3. Raven says, and Becklin both. Becklin will pull back a little bit. All right, well, we can fight. I know Cudgel is torn up by the fact that her people started a lot of this mess. And you can see that Iron Smile's not here right now. She will put her mercenaries in the way to delay them as much as possible. But we need to get rid of those 4 soldiers if we are to try to escape. If we are to start requisitioning boats and putting the villagers on top of them and fleeing through the river, which is the safest avenue out of here, then that has to be step number 1. The second we start doing this and they sound the alarm, they will be down on us faster than we can organize a defense. And we will not stand against 1,000 of them. If the mercenaries allow them to delay and some of them filter through, it is much more manageable. I think, Juniper, you're onto something, but we will not move until, 1, those soldiers are dead, and 2, we've retrieved Godswin's body.
Is there anything that you can do to prepare in the meantime? In the safety of these houses where they can't see us?
Mayor Raven will
weaponry,
chime in.
bags.
We have some few weapons. Farmers traditionally keep bows, arrows to keep wolves at bay, some items that can be used in some defensive measure. We have the equipment that we wear during the reenactment. They are not the greatest pieces of armor, but there's some amount of armor. And we could start collecting foods and goods. And perhaps, if we make a big pile of all the things that we have that are of any value and throw them out of town, maybe it'll lead to some looting ahead of time and delay them even further? I don't know. But if the ships are to be the way, then there's a lot of work to be done.
Then we should get to it. Because night is coming.
All right.
I have to see to my family.
So, Lyndon, this time, Corey's down below. Lyndon, where are you? Are you still examining the gnome flinger, or are you somewhere else? And then at that point, the whole family will probably be waking up soon and getting back together, I would imagine.
Lyndon has had a short rest and done his arcane recovery, got his 2nd level spell slot back.
Perfect.
And then he has just got frantic with ink and parchment, and he is doing a bunch of calculations and looking up in a bunch of his textbooks and things that he keeps on him, the different densities of different things, which is definitely not what Robert's been doing for the last however long.
Nice.
And Robert definitely isn't nerdy enough to have looked up the densities of balsa, coal, ebony, periodotite, iron, copper, silver.
That would be wild if somebody did that. Imagine.
It would be pretty crazy if anybody has just looked up what the equivalent to TNT it would be to fling 3 cubic feet of solid silver, which weighs incidentally 655 pounds per feet, at a rate of about 50 feet per second at something else, and worked out that that's the equivalent of about 25 grams of TNT. That would be pretty crazy if anybody had just done.
This is why nobody likes mathematicians. By the way, this is about
technically physics. So that's what Lyndon's doing. Lyndon is working on the physics of how to make the biggest explosion possible out of turning balsa wood into silver and then flinging it with the gnome
flinger,
or rather turning it the other way around and then clicking it off.
Is any of your material back in your bedroom, or is it this all on you?
What's that?
Is any of this back in your bedroom, or is this all on your person?
He needed to go back to get his. He needed to go back and get his textbooks and stuff. So he went back.
Ollie,
abacus.
So actually, Lyndon and then Ollie. But Lyndon, when you come back to your room, you see that there's a letter on one of the bed that's been folded and written down, and it looks, because it's not perfectly folded, but it looks like Ollie's handwriting.
This is on my bed?
This is on... No, as you're walking by, you see... because
all the bed.
It would have been on Ollie's bed, but because the rooms were combined to make room for the others, it's basically like the common room for all of you. And you could... in the corner there, sort of...
What does it say on it?
I don't know. What does it say on it?
So do I read it out loud, or do we prefer it being character knowledge and just pass it to Rob privately?
Oh, I want to make the audience cry. Why don't we read it out loud?
The audience.
Should I read it, or should I give it to Rob to read?
Yeah, you could give it to Rob to read if you want.
Give it
And
to Rob
Rob,
to
you know
read.
what? Rob, you could decide to read it out loud or keep it for yourself. I suppose is only fair.
All right, where are you handing it? Discord.
I'll give it to you in. Oh, actually, I'll give it to Discord. Discord is much better.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, you can move on with the story until I've read it and decided
Perfect.
whether or not I'm keeping it.
Yeah,
for
do that.
myself or not.
Perfect, excellent. Well, let's
Of
all stand there
course.
and watch Rob read.
Those
everybody.
reading along- yeah,
This is a
reading
Rob
along
reads
at home.
stream. We're reading Xanathar's Guide and Economy. Anyway,
Let's stare at Rob and see
Go.
if he reads while moving his mouth.
yeah.
Oh. His reading
That's how I
face.
read too.
God, put that
Excellent.
away.
Okay, at that point, roughly, as people are doing maths, people are coming back to town in mouse form or otherwise. It'll have been about 4 or 5 hours. Goose, Finch is sitting beside you on the bed, and she's gently waking you.
Can I have woken up before Finch?
Cool guys, don't look at explosions. Shh, let's just do a roll off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A straight D20. I'm gonna roll my big fat D20 here.
Let's both give us
4.
a +2.
4.
I got a 12.
All right, you wake up first.
So
Just to put her
Goose wakes
hand
up
in some hot
first,
water.
and he's torn up a serviette into small bits, and he's like rolled it into little bits, and he's trying to throw it into her sleeping mouth as he's just sitting up on the bed, and he's like,
You nail it. She just
Can't believe
she's
I
just
saved
choking
you
on
for
this. Yeah. She waves her hand in front of her nose for a second, thinking it's a bug, and then she suddenly sits up, like immediately awake, and the words out of her mouth as whatever dream she was having, she yells up, "No, Goose!" And then she
That's Captain Goose now. Thank you.
She looks across the room to you, being yourself, and you can see a shy smile kind of cross across her face before it kind of disappears, and she sits at the edge, like turning her legs, planting themselves like a newborn, lamb. Like she's very unsure. She's exhausted, she's tired, she's injured. She looks like she's been through the ringer. Like, you know her really well. You've never seen her this beaten down.
Yeah, I think like ever since she ran, like they met up again. He like gave her a big hug. He said like, "Well, you look like shit," because he's kind of like the like charm offensive to be like, "Hey, everything's normal, everything's super normal, everything's like totally fine." So he realizes that isn't maybe working as well as he wanted to. So he kind of
you can't
scoots.
tease somebody out of trauma, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah.
Scoots forward.
She will say first before you say anything. I don't blame you for any of that.
That's incorrect, but I mean, you always did have terrible opinions, so.
That scar kind of looks cool.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna bring a lot to the whole physique. Did you get any cool scars, buddy?
Oh, I got lots. Some are cool, some still fresh.
Yeah, I find mental scars less cool for chicks.
Jesus.
She kind of gives you a look like, what are you talking about?
Like,
Yeah, whereas mental scars on dudes, chef's kiss.
no, for pulling, it doesn't matter.
I mean, do you want to see one?
A mental scar?
No, a scar. You're so
yeah,
dense,
yeah.
dude. Did she just stab your eye or brain too?
A bit of brain. I think a bit of brain came out as well. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't have all that much to lose, so be nice.
You want to see or not?
Sure, what happened, Finch?
She'll turn around and sort of lift her shirt. You can see on her back, like, where she's obviously been, lashed and not very well taken care of. You know that night that we went in?
I recall it. I do remember that one particularly.
I've replayed that night in my head probably 100 times.
Yeah, me
And you know what I always think about? Is that moment where you told me, let's go. And I said, no, we're so close. And I wish I had listened.
Hey, to be fair, I said the same thing. I dragged you into it as much as you did me. And you paid for it. So, tell me how that's fair.
Well, she points to your eye. I reckon the tab's probably pretty even at this point.
Gets up, puts his arms out, and he's like, even?
She'll walk up,
Samesies?
stand up from the bed, and she'll walk towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's an 8.
Perfect. She knees you right in the nuts.
Yeah.
Ooh. You feel that well of pain that goes up your stomach. Tears come to your eye unbidden. And she'll tell you, okay, now we're even. And she will stand you up and finish the hug.
Just a quick puke, then I can start the day.
They're gonna come, and regardless of what they say, Goose, they're going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
They're going to kill everyone.
Well, they didn't strike you as particularly honest and forthcoming? Their promises?
She's out of her mind. She's out of her mind. She speaks to people that aren't there. She channels whoever that is, the woman with the fire eye, who speaks every night and preaches to the army to rise up their fervor. Their draconians are so fierce and so loyal, and the gods are walking the earth again through these demons. We should run.
I am very good at that.
We can't let these people die. We have to do something.
Well, we can't fight them, and we can't let them be just slaughtered. So yeah, no, I'm thinking. Hey, it's been a while, Finch. How about a little harebrained scheme?
Okay.
I am working on the details, but there will be one forthcoming. Let's catch up with the rest and see if they can...
Before you head off, she puts her hand again on your arm. He traded me.
Gerber?
Yeah. He was there. I recognize his voice. He traded me. I don't know. In the night, 2-3 days after, it's hard to remember the exact details, but I am not the first, and maybe I will be the last. I have no proof. I have nothing on me to tie it back to him, but he traded me, and he got... And she looks at your hand. That is from them.
Okay. Quick reprioritization. Kill Gerber. Then harebrained scheme.
Okay, yeah, I'm on board with that, 100%.
Cool. Alrighty. We leave the room.
Okay,
At
at that
for my siblings.
perfect.
I think, are we trying to congregate as a family? Because I think I would have gone. So Corey went to go find Lyndon.
Yeah.
And
He's doing math.
Lyndon has handed over the note to
Yeah.
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Corey's read it, and
Okay.
she is storming towards the bedroom where Goose and Finch were sleeping.
Perfect. Poof, you open the door just in time to see Goose and Finch talking about something. You don't overhear the conversation, but they're about to leave the room.
Good, you're here. Did you sleep?
Lil, it's surprising how much it really hurts a lot getting your face cut open. Really tough on the pillow. You know how you have the cool side of the pillow? Both sides hurt. Anywho, you look in a great mood there, Corey. Looking top of the pops. What can I do you for?
Finch is beside, sort of waving to Corey, saying, Goose has spoken a lot about you. I remember when you were really little. Sorry, maybe not the best time, but lovely to meet you again.
It's lovely to meet you, Finch, and I'm glad you're alive.
Same.
Where's Junie?
Judy's downstairs. You can hear her sort of talking, still like sort of with the mayor. Raven, you were there a little bit ago, and she...
I'll get her. I leave to go and get Junie.
Perfect.
I say to Goose, I don't know if I want Junie to read this, but Lyndon
Read
found a
sword.
note, and I'll send it to you.
Everybody but Junie.
With our fantasy text message.
We're passing notes. We're passing notes in class. It's like so much fun.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Share
This is
with the
why we
class.
play D&D. This is
Yes,
why we
would
do
you like
it.
to share your spell with the class?
Tick yes or no.
Is there... Yeah. Do you like me?
Do you like me?
Great.
You hand over the note to Goose?
Should I read
I should
it?
probably send it to the GM as well.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is
like I'm gonna read it out loud to Goose.
Man, everyone's got this note except for me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Read
read
it out
out
so
loud
the
to
audience
Goose.
knows.
Whilst
okay,
Lyndon
yeah.
is going to get Junie before Junie gets back.
Cool. Do you want me to mute? Like,
No,
deaften
you're
or
fine.
something?
You're fine.
We trust his meta,
up
right?
to you,
Unless you,
up
it's up
to
to
you.
you. Do you want to go
This is
meta?
like, yeah,
Uh,
I
if you
can
wanna go-
read.
if you wanna
You
not
just read it
hear
out for
this?
me. I can definitely read. Just hard with one eye, okay?
My
Nah, stay.
beloved
I want to know
siblings.
what's
My beloved siblings, with a heavy heart, I come before you to confess the burden that I carry. I fear I am nothing but a curse upon our family, a poison that slowly drains the life from us all. My presence is a danger to the ones I hold most dear, and I cannot bear the thought of causing any more harm. Please know that my apology is sincere. I am filled with regret for all the pain and hardship that I have brought upon you. It pains me to see how my actions have caused you to suffer, and I long to make amends for that hurt I have caused. I pray that you can find it in your hearts to forgive me, and that we may find a way to heal and move forward as a family. Please know that I love you all deeply, and I will do everything in my power to make things right. With humility and remorse, Oleander Hartman.
Well then. A bit late to be doing the whole running away from home shtick, but hey, look, come on.
I'm going to set the note on fire so Junie can't read it.
Ooh, hiss.
It
You're
is
keeping
consumed.
secrets from me.
Finch will
Look.
take a step back. She has very bad memories of fire.
That is understandable. Sorry.
Look, it's not.
Junie can't know. We need to go find him.
Corey,
I-
Corey, it's fine. Seriously. Hey, you did this. Remember when you pick up your little rucksack, put your little apple in it? You said, you were 7 at the time.
I was a child and I wasn't running out into a forest where there are armed guards that could kill me at any moment. This would break Junie's heart.
Listen, he's a big boy. He'll be fine.
Sure, and all the decisions he's made lately are smart ones.
Well, they haven't sorted out a death yet, so
How are you not more scared for him? He is out there. He has abandoned our family. under some stupid assumption that he's gonna somehow not cause us more pain by abandoning us now?
But you do notice that the things that you hate Ollie for, I have done as well. Right? Heard you say he didn't earn what he has, right? Think I earned this? Said that he abandoned the family, so did I. He ran away, so did I.
Goose, what makes you think we're not still pissed at you for the ring on your finger as well?
Well, yeah, but it's like a different level.
Is it?
It seems to be like a
Is it?
order of magnitude problem
Really?
here.
Yeah, and do not take into account that every single time that Ollie does something, the twins, me and Lyndon, have to suffer the consequences for it. We never knew our mother because of him.
Well, okay. I don't know about...
Then he destroyed almost every beautiful thing she left for us. Sure, he was a child, but it doesn't matter. Then he just happens to have magic that is more powerful than what we've been working towards our entire lives. It's like our existence doesn't matter, Goose. I don't want him to die in the forest. So can you please find a way to tell Junie?
I will.
The door
Look for-
opens.
Just try and
the door is opening. It's been long enough that Junie's now
Yeah, I was
coming
gonna
in
say.
the door, and you see as the door opens, Junie's there, Lyndon's there, and Finch is like, this seems like a family matter, so I'm gonna just kind of. And she walks out like, I'll catch up with you downstairs, okay? And she leaves you to your.
J-Town.
It seems tenser than usual in here.
We need to.
We're having
we need to leave. We need to get out of here before they turn up.
Yes.
Working on that. Working on
The
that.
town is planned to evacuate with the mercenaries and the people wanting to fight to stay behind to cause a distraction. But
There's
they
a
won't load up the
gnomish-
boats until the guards are...
There's
What?
a gnomish gentleman with a device that can fling an object or a person a great distance. I think that could be useful in the distraction if we can aim it even roughly at the area where the 4 guards are situated in the tree line, and then fire
it can
it.
be flung?
No, not you, idiot.
What?
Like a rock or something that won't
Something
have
flammable?
legs to be broken.
I am more damaging than a rock.
No,
Goose,
you're not.
please. You've
I-
already lost an eye.
You're as dense as one, but it doesn't mean you're going to cause as much damage. I've been doing the calculations. I can cause a significant amount of damage with even just a lump of wood. I can turn it into stone before it gets flung, or I can turn it into stone as it gets flung. I won't go into the physics of it. It's a complicated transmutation, but it could
Lyndon.
cause a significant amount of damage, and it could distract them for long enough for us to get on a boat and get out of here.
Lyndon, I trust that you've done the figures. It could take out the guards.
If we can hit them, I can't put my trust in the device.
Because the town will not move until those guards are gone.
No.
Rightfully, they
if we
fear
can
an
aim it-
alert.
If we can aim it, we can take out the guards. If not, then I wouldn't put our plan on taking them out, but it would certainly distract them with the amount of damage it would do.
My question is, well, I think we should move to take out those guards. But surely they can't be the only ones, or they must have some way of alerting the others.
I looked as much as I could. I couldn't see any others. I assumed the latter. They would have some sort of alert device rather than actually standing any on guard.
All right. Well, that's a step. We're not all met.
I need
Where
to go
is-
find Ollie.
In twin speak, I say, are we telling her?
Okay, so
Can I roll some sort of insight? Or
yeah.
Sure, you can, yeah.
Go for
I
it.
mean, Goose will say.
do I get? Yeah, I just wonder. No, I just feel like I'm hoping the dice will tell the
Yeah, I
story.
mean,
I want
it's
to tell
you could
of.
tell
I
that
know my siblings.
you feel the tension in the room for sure, and there's something like it's almost like somebody farted in your pillow, but they're not telling you.
I'll roll the
Well, it's
Ellen
usually
dice for my
Goose.
deception.
And
It's pretty good. It's like 24.
shit.
So
Ah,
It's the one time it rolls
shit.
high.
Okay, well, that was insight's just a 16 for me.
I mean, you're not getting it out of Corey and Lyndon. They are incredible liars. They've practiced lying for the past X amount of months where they pretend to be each other. They're master deceivers. Like, there's a very little chance for you to... But, Goose, make me a... I guess if you're holding that information in, you could give me a deception if you want.
It's almost like Juniper's eyes like scan around the room, like clocking Corey, clocking Lyndon, being like, nah, they're not giving anything away. And then just like her eyes
The
move
camera
to
pans
Goose.
over to Goose. Goose is
So what did you
Oh,
get,
man.
Goose?
Easy. It's not worth really talking about.
Okay.
I think it's
Right.
Does it matter what
No, it wasn't. It was
But
twice
Goose-
as much as that. Thank you.
Goose is literally... you can see the
How
flop
dare you-
sweat, and he's just like doing everything but catching your eye. Yeah, he's...
Zach, how dare you use my dice to try and deceive me?
It's so good.
They answer to one true master.
I
But they
send
were
a
all of them
mess-
deceived.
I send a message to Goose.
What
Let
do
me
you
go
say?
and find him before it breaks her. Junie can't handle more.
Is that so? I don't hear that.
Can I answer back? Is that how
Yeah.
message works? Like,
Yes.
She's a big girl. You want to go out find her? That's fine. We can sort this out. Don't worry. J-Town! J Money.
You're lying to me. You're
J-
all keeping
well-
something from me. And Goose, I'll remind you that we all helped save your friend. And that
True.
I helped you with your eye.
Okay.
It's
All right.
it's nothing, Junie. It's nothing. I'm gonna go find Ollie, and we should congregate as a family and get on a boat.
So he's missing.
I didn't say that.
You said you'd find him.
Yes, because he's not here.
The twins are gonna go round up Ollie, and me and you can figure out a strategery to knock old mate up on the cliff off. You know?
Ah, yes, because your strategic planning has gotten us so far, Goose. I
Hey.
think we should all
you
go
can-
find Ollie.
Seems like a waste of time. I'd rather one of us find a large rock that I can transmute into balsa wood.
I'm
We-
sure there'll be lots of large rocks on the way.
Junie,
Okay.
As
let
this
me
is
go find
happening,
Ollie.
You're going to see a flash of green light, and then Ollie's going to be
Ollie went
running up the
missing.
stairs and yelling to you all.
As Goose says, Ollie went missing, and we don't know where he is. Okay.
Right here. I'm right
Hey,
here.
it was a joke. It was a joke. He's right there.
The army, it's coming now. They look like they're not just coming here to be hosted. They're looking like they're going to attack us. We need to go, like now.
No, we need to strike at the guards. Let's find that rock, Lyndon.
I'm going to look towards the bed and see if the letter is still there.
Nope.
Hopefully.
Letter's gone.
You just see Corey's eyes
Staring
burning
daggers.
into you, and Lyndon matching, like two identical-looking beings
And then
glaring
Goose
at you.
leans into frame and nudges Corey like, nah, nah.
Not for realsies, but for comedy's sake. Just imagine Juniper's like hand grabbing Goose's head and like dragging him back. Look, obviously, you're back now. That's all that matters. We need to get people to mobilize.
Iron would be better. Copper's denser. Silver's best, but I don't imagine we'll find a large lump of silver here. Unless
Wouldn't the tavern
unless
have a
that's-
large iron pot?
Finch is
This
coming
way.
up the stairs behind, and she's like, Goose! Goose! I got it!
What?
I talked to this gnome. He has this machine that can throw us through the sky.
For fuck's sake.
You
Let's
wanna...
do it.
You're thinking what I'm thinking?
Of course, absolutely.
Okay, I'll he says he has these little devices that make it so you don't... He's been testing with watermelons. Like, I'm at least like 2 watermelons. It's fine.
How far away, Ollie?
They were. I ran as fast as like GM. How?
They're about an hour and a half out. The initial scouts are probably about an hour and a half out.
Hour and a half out, at the very least. They were just the scouts.
Okay.
I heard
I'm gonna-
talk of them attacking us, and it's.
I'm gonna
Right.
grab Finch's arm and
Mm.
look Finch dead in the eye.
You wanna come with us?
Are you determined to die?
I mean, we all do eventually.
Are you determined to get my brother killed?
Hey, I can do that just by
No.
myself, thank you.
Goose?
No, your brother can
Good.
make his
then
own your brother can make his own decisions because your brother's a grown man. So your brother can
Yes.
decide if he wants to come with me and do this thing, or if he can stay here. It's up to him. I'm not
I'm
getting in the middle of
asking
whatever
you-
this is, but your brother and I, we're a good team.
I understand, which is why I'm asking you and not him. If
Okay.
you go, he goes. I understand that above all else. So I'm asking you, please don't be irrational. Let my brother Lyndon use this catapult in a way that we have been spending hours making calculations for, to kill those guards and escape safely and not run into battle. Can we all stop running into battle?
Make a persuasion roll, please. Because you're very reasonable, and Finch has gone to the Goose school of thinking.
It's a philosophy, really.
I mean, they've been,
Philosophy.
they're peas in a pod.
It's a
15.
philosophy degree.
15. Okay, I have 18 on the die. She will tell you, all right, listen, your plan sounds dope, and I love it, and I think it's great that numbers can crush people. I love that. Can I ride the rock?
Why?
Then we get both. Then we crush, and then if it doesn't work, I'm there. I want vengeance. That's why. Because they killed Godswin, because they broke my back, because they nearly killed me 1,000 times over, because I want blood. That's why. Because I have no better reason to tell you that I want vengeance. And I deserve
understand.
it. And I'm going to get it.
And you will. I'm asking whether you want vengeance against 2 or 3 guards that you may interact with on the cliff, or whether we escape, regroup with an entire army, and take down this vile woman in a smart, calculated, irrational, short-term gratification way.
Okay, I've been learning about this thing. Not 100% sold on it. Compromise. All right?
That's
You
a
get the
big
first
word.
shot, and if it misses, or if anyone goes running out into the forest, we're on round number 2.
Okay. She nods to Corey, because she will relent and acquiesce that your plan is better. She'll look to Goose, say, fine, I'm compromise number 1.
Good. We
Let's
are
go.
all on the same side.
I need
here.
iron. This is taking too long. I need iron. I'm going to the blacksmith. I need to start
What do you
accruing
mean?
as much
What?
iron as I can.
Yeah.
Finch will
What-
say this. Wait. Do you want iron? I can get you steel.
That should hopefully work. I haven't tried it with processed iron, but I suppose it would be even denser. That probably would work.
She looks to
Silver,
Goose
copper,
across the way,
iron.
and she'll tell him, I know where there's a lot of steel.
It's the Gerber family, isn't it? Fuck.
Look, if we want this to work... Guys, I got a harebrained scheme.
Well,
We don't have much
if
time.
it's
All right? All I need is a pint and a half of pig's blood and a carriage full of hay.
can we
Why-
not
why-
just steal
why?
the metal?
Finch looks at you, says, I can get you the pig's blood. The hay, you're on your own.
Oh
Okay.
my.
And she will immediately run out of the room.
Look, we are all agreed. We did all agree. We are all on the same team. And as much as I hate to say it, Goose is going to do whatever he's going to do. I'm going to follow my brother to make sure he doesn't lose another eye.
The
Alright,
blacksmith
I'm gonna
will
go-
have iron as well, by the way. Lyndon, your plan is fine. It's just that,
I'm gonna go find Iron with Lyndon because I don't know how pig's blood and hay is going to help us get steel in order to actually do this. So I'm actually going to go and do the logical thing.
Ollie, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Is
Ollie,
Goose,
what are you
is
doing?
Goose still here?
Yeah, I
I mean,
guess
Goose
Goose
is
is still
leaving.
there. He's about to leave.
Ollie doesn't know what to do. Ollie's gonna start like searching the room for the letter. Maybe it fell behind the bed or something like that, or under the bed. So Ollie
I
waits
mean-
for everyone to leave and is gonna search the room for the letter.
You saw the look that Corey and Lyndon gave you.
Yeah. So
I think
okay,
there's
so
probably
with that,
some
with that
understanding
Then, with
that-
that then,
yeah.
with that then Ollie, Ollie would probably think that they would have it at that point. Sheepishly,
Ollie?
Ollie will. Yes.
Are you coming? Do you want to go
Yes.
get iron or come attack the Gerbers, essentially?
You can come with us, Ollie, if you'd like.
Might be safer.
I feel like the dog that you're like.
That's a good point.
I don't know where to go.
It's not often. Your sister Juniper has invited you to 1,000 things out in the farm.
Yeah.
I'm just setting the stage. You can decide. That's the comforting, regular thing that you've done when she goes
Yeah.
farming, when she goes hunting,
Yeah.
at the farm. Corey has never invited you to do anything, and he's inviting you
That is a
to-
very good point, GM, and
Go.
I'm going to go with the twins. And we're going to see what happens there.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I guess before we have a little bit of time left, so I kind of am curious what's happening with this whole hay situation. So Goose and Juniper Rose. Goose, you leave. Finch has promised you she will get you a bucket and a half of pig's blood. You don't maybe want to find out how or why or where,
Don't care. Doesn't
but
need
she's
to-
she's gonna go find you that blood. What are you doing?
I mean, it's self-evident,
Stables?
isn't it? The plan is obvious.
Yeah,
from the outset.
obvious. Yeah. But for somebody who's dense like me, can
Yeah,
you
I guess I'm just a
explain-
dumb fuck then.
can you please explain how that would work?
Is what time of day is it?
It is a couple hours later. It's about noon at this point. Noon, 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. What are the chances that I could jump from that rooftop I did onto the roof of the Gerber mansion and remain undetected?
The same place that you went before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can. It's there's it's high noon. McCree's about. He's shooting people. The town is on high alert, Goose, because they know they're being watched. So going skulking from rooftop to rooftop, while possible, is not going to be the easiest thing to do unnoticed when Becklin and everybody's highly concerned about what's happening. So they're going to be able to look out for anything unusual, and you on the rooftops is probably one of those things. It's doable, but it's not easy.
Okay, then I'll use the distraction. So, he's in an alleyway with
You're just gonna.
he's in an alleyway with Juniper, and he's like, okay, plan is easy, right? The weak point is the daughter, Cassandra. She clearly doesn't have a huge amount of love for her father. I pretend to be a new power coming to set the scene, lay the law down. We do this. We can sneak into a room. I know this through totally legitimate sources. The skylight on the roof, very easy to get to. We come in through the skylight, all right? The important thing is we don't let her know what's happened. Like, we get in there. You get
Crash
outside the
through
door.
her window.
Not
And
smash.
we'll just.
Okay, getting them through the window will be one thing. Look, you dip your arrows in the pig's blood, right? Once it's time to make our intimidation on Cassandra Gerber, I will say something like, yes, the guards, or some such. You'll, from outside the room, shoot your 3 bloodied arrows through the door, as if you've pinned said guards to the door. The guards won't be there at all. They'll be investigating the giant hay-filled carriage that's on fire that just smashed into the front gate.
Did you and
About-
Finch communicate this to each other, or
About 8
are
minutes
you just
later,
trusting that she'll sit?
Finch arrives with a fresh bucket of warm pig's blood. I got the blood. I got it. Easiest
Finch.
thing ever done. Here you go. She puts it on the ground. It's way easier than last time. Jeez. Once you know where to find pig's blood, I guess, it's just that it never stops.
Right?
So you're setting a carriage full of hay on fire. Is that the plan?
Yeah. And pushing it down the hill that leads to the mansion.
Goose, I'll be honest with you. I don't really give a fuck what we're doing right now. If it hurts the Gerbers and it stops you dying, then I'll just do it because I'm pissed off.
Part of the plan,
Hell
Finch
yeah.
says, wait. A quintessential part of the plan. She puts her finger in the pig's blood. Like, you gotta, and she wants to draw war paint, sort of like drawing the blood across her face, Juniper Rose.
Imagine she makes this exact expression that I make.
Goose takes some.
Just like unmoving as like Finch puts them.
Perfect.
Done. Are we happy? Are we happy now? Can we please
Yeah.
get going?
Wait,
Right.
Goose, you forgot one thing, and then because Finch is Finch, she will, if you let her draw on your forehead, one more thing really quick.
Yeah. Make sure it's cool. Make sure it's cool.
Cock and balls. All right, perfect. Excellent. She will, being one of the dudes, she will do the same blood under her eyes. All right, what am I doing?
You're pushing the carriage filled with hay, burning hay, down at the Gerber mansion in
Awesome.
want to say 2-3 minutes.
1, 2,
Okay.
3,
Juniper.
4. She starts counting to herself out loud and takes off running
then
in
I
that
guess we
direction.
have to like get up there. Let's move.
Juniper, Goose is gonna cast jump on himself, grab June, and leap up to the rooftop. And it's gonna sit there, like sitting low, until he's gonna
This is
use
so
the distraction.
48.
of the-
You can hear she's calling out, so she's really yelling at the top of her lung. Finches. 49, 50,
Yeah.
51, 52, 53,
Okay.
54.
I can see why your
Um,
friend got caught in the first place.
You look, stealth is more a state of mind. All right.
Can we go?
Think
Can we keep
stealthy
going?
thoughts. Yeah.
86.
So dumb.
So he's gonna use the distraction of the carriage to make the jump. So while they're all distracted on one side of the thing, he's gonna jump onto the roof with
That's between 2
holding
and 3
June.
minutes. The second you hear 120, let's go! You hear the cart sort of starts tumbling down. There's a black smoke coming from that side of the mansion. You hear guards shouting, "What are you doing?" Let's go! She's just shouting like she's just lost her damn mind. It sounds like the cart is rolling down, and then you hear the of it hitting the front iron rock gate that leads to the front, and it just kind of careens through. You have your distraction.
And Goose, holding Juniper, is gonna be like, brace yourself. And it just runs, grabs it, and just leaps. I mean, he's able to leap a full 60 feet.
Yeah.
Normally.
With
With jump on.
with
sorry.
jump, yeah. I'm like, what? New world record?
Do I?
Are you grabbing your sister with you, or are you jumping by
Yeah.
yourself? Okay.
He's
So Juniper is, we all know, half an inch tall, which makes jumping a
We
little bit.
all know this.
We all know this. Everybody knows this. I need you to make an athletics roll. The DC is 12 to be able to jump with her and make the roll, the jump properly.
All right, I'm gonna use
Can
the
I do
Ellen
anything
dice.
to help or no?
You're just a lump right now. You're being carried. You jump along to try to give it a little extra oomph, but
Yeah, but I could like pick up my
19.
core weight.
19?
Like hold in my core, you know?
perfect. You're holding in your core and you flare your cape to try to fly. Goose, dude, effortlessly. You grab your sister, you jump across, poof, you land on the roof. Unlike last time where you landed like a ton of bricks, this time you land very silently. You can see that the skyline is not yet repaired from the damage that you did. They've put like I want to say a tarp, but that's not a thing. They put hay to kind of cover the air, but there's still the hole there that leads to the house itself. You can hear the commotion from within the house as people are rushing to the front to find out what the hell's happening.
Okay. He's gonna look through the skylight carefully. Well, he's gonna be like, J-Town, can you see anyone in there?
Do I do like a little perception? Have a little
There-
look.
There is. You don't need to roll anything. As you look down through, there's nobody there. There's nobody in the room. You can hear the voice or the sounds of the front are definitely drawing the attention of whoever's in the house. There's nobody in the bedroom.
We're good. There's no one below.
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna stealthily open this window, this skylight.
There's
So he's
no
gonna-
skylight left. There's just hay that's been placed there to avoid the rain coming in. They haven't repaired it yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you fucked it up last time.
Fucked it up, or was casing the joint for a future expedition.
500 IQ play. Yeah.
He's gonna use the hole previously made and jump in.
Okay, as you jump down, give me an acrobatics to see how loud you are when you hit the carpeted floor.
Okay. Stupidly, I jump in after my brother.
Perfect.
Does the jump spell being cast on me give me any kind of advantage?
Yeah. Yes, I'll say sure. Yes.
Lovely, thank you.
I
Please
rolled
tell me
an
about that.
18.
Very nice. You land, and it's almost like a fart in the wind. Nothing can hear you.
I got
Right.
also an 18.
Perfect. Both
Very
of you,
nice.
like shadows, fall beside each other, and the thing that you can hear outside is Finch is being like she did not run away. She crashed through the gate, and she's shouting whatever nonsense she can. Down with the mages of high sorcery! Down with the patriarchy! She's just yelling whatever comes to her mind to try to get the attention of everybody still on her. And you know, there's all right, please calm down. You've been through, and they're just kind of shouting, trying to push her back. You guys
Okay, we
have
need to move fast.
the floor.
Okay. So the idea is that probably if things get bad out there, Cassandra will come to her bedroom as it's a safe place. I'll be waiting there. I need like a hood. You got give me a cloak. Give me a cloak.
What do you do?
I can't look like me.
I'll just give it to him.
Throw the cloak around, put it heavy over my hand, face, so I look all like shadowed.
Give me a perception check, please.
You're just trying to intimidate her, aren't you?
Yeah. But like as a mysterious stranger.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Me a perception check?
Yeah.
Or Juniper?
Not you.
Oh, okay. 6.
Can I
Yeah, you
perceive
can.
that this
Sure. Yeah. So as you put on the cloak and it's covering your eyes, you're occupied with like sort of disguising yourself. Juniper, you take in the room.
Yes.
And what did you roll?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I made a fake one. Where is my thing? Where is my sheet? Okay, there it is. 17.
Perfect. You can see in the bedroom, there's the bed where Cassandra sleeps. There are a number of tables. There's her dresser where she keeps her clothes. You spot out of the corner of your eye, beneath the bed, there is a false trap. There's a door. There's a floorboard that can be removed of some kind, and you can see that it's been moved to and fro before the bed has shifted. You can see the scuff marks, but you also hear the footsteps coming from the outside, rapidly approaching the door. Just with the 17, the weight, the gate, probably Cassandra. It's not her father. It's not heavy enough, and you had left them arguing in the tavern. This is probably Cassandra coming up to her bedroom.
Goose. There's a trap door. Let's just go through it. Go. Yes.
Okay.
Can I just want to like hurry him up.
Change to the plan at the last minute? Who are you? What did you
Okay.
do with my sister?
Just hurry up.
He's gonna jump through the trapdoor.
Perfect. You move the bed, and in doing so, there's this sound, and you could hear the door's about to open. You have enough time to open. Do you want to jam the door? Or you guys just jump through the trap door.
Yeah, let's jam the door.
Yeah.
Put a
Okay.
chair
What-
underneath it or something.
Perfect. You put the chair in the door. The bed makes a bit of a noise as you shift it. The stealth mission is kind of out the door as you hear the door now being played with outside.
Stealth
Like, what?
was never option.
What the hell? What? And you lift the trapdoor, and you can see a set of stairs or a ladder that leads down into a cooler chamber that seems to be, where you would imagine that the floor below this would be in the walls, and it seems to be going down past the main floor and into the basement.
Oh wait. So she doesn't suspect we've gone through here. Is there anything heavy in her room that I can pick up and throw through her window?
Yeah, there's definitely, she has a mirror that she keeps beside her bed. She maybe is a little bit vain on the occasion. There's
Yeah,
also
great.
you could see a dagger that's sitting there, but it has like, it's a used dagger. In fact, there has blood on it, and it looks like it's been there for a long time. You could either chuck the mirror, or you could chuck the dagger. It's up to you.
Can I pocket the dagger and chuck the mirror?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Mark down in your
So I
inventory.
think yes.
Let's make sure that we keep track of this as a bloody dagger,
Yeah.
and you can write the bloody dagger of Cassandra, and then you chuck the mirror through the window. It crashes through, and from outside now you can really hear.
Goose
As
watches
she's-
with awe
Okay.
as his
Is-
sister grabs a mirror and chucks it through the window. He's
Yeah,
like,
there's not really any like explaining to you either. She just like sees that the door is pushing,
Yeah.
looks at the trap door, like back to the door, then to the window, and then like yeah, grabs and like.
Goose is
and then he's, like,
racing
now
to
pushing
drag
you.
the
Go, go.
bed back over the trapdoor.
Okay.
It's if that is possible.
You hear it's difficult, but you're able to do. You hear from the outside the summoning of magic. At this point, as you guys are making your way towards the door, the window has shattered. You've taken the bloody dagger, put it in your backpack somewhere. You've never seen your sister like this. She's not waffling. You know she can make decisions. She's decided, and she's doing. And outside the
Hell
door,
yeah.
you can hear and you can see as you disappear in the trapdoor, Juniper, at the bottom of the door, darkness roiling and pulling into a shadow that disappears behind the door. You guys are down the trap door. You pull the bed over your head. Let's go a couple more minutes, and then we'll probably stop there. As you arrive and you make your way down the ladder, you find yourself in a cool basement. As you hear above the door break off its hinges, Cassandra has gained entry into her bedroom. You guys are made your way down to the basement. Who leads the way?
This guy. Oh, you.
We like push. I'll take the lead. We both just like try to push past. Hey.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Fine. You go. You go.
I've been
Here's what
down
you
here
find
before.
down there. You do not find oodles of steel. You do not find the treasury of the Gerbers. Instead, what you find is a shrine, the chamber that Cassandra has made down in her basement. You find a sewer grate, 8 all bones and blood. Find on the far end a shrine that has been put in place, and a number of offerings that have been made. Either there are books and scrolls scattered in here, marked out, crossed with drawings that are impossible to follow. They start one way and they seem to turn in on themselves in impossible ways. You can hear the whispers kind of pushing through. Whatever this place is, this is not the treasury.
Oh my god.
Well, there's no
Cassandra's a
steel here.
nerd.
Well, this whole thing is a bust. I thought we were doing this to help the town.
Bust. I feel like there's some stuff here. Some weird
Well, let's-
stuff.
There's definitely weird stuff here. We should grab it and get the fuck out.
All right. Yeah, Goose just scoops up. He like tries to take a mental image of how the ritual looked. Maybe like draws a crude drawing.
Where do you
I think
draw it?
while you're doing that, Juniper is actually like going through and like just like putting books and whatnot into her rucksack. Anything kind of magical looking that she can bring back to Lyndon and Corey.
Okay,
Goose is swiping things.
so
and right.
here's what you see in here. That
Do we get any? cool shit?
so the big sigil that stands on this altar essentially is scales that are bending in one direction. That emblem is entirely made of gold, and in one side of the scales, well, the details are kind of fuzzy. If you want to grab the emblem, you can. On the table, you can see offerings on one side where that scale is tipped. There's steel, there's gold, there's silver. There are little knickknacks. There are pieces of bone as well, and there's blood that has been dried and marked. The left side of the table is completely clear, so you can either grab the sigil itself if you want. You can grab some of the offerings. You can also grab some of the books and scrolls that are lying about. That's what's of interest in the room.
I grab the sigil.
You grab the sigil? Okay, mark down the sigil.
I will grab the books, I think.
Perfect.
And then
The
I'll grab
only way
I'll
out of
grab
this
whatever
room-
money is left. All
The
steel.
only way out of this room is the ladder that you guys came through. Right, that leads down to the sewers below.
Sewers.
Good thing I'm already stinky.
All right, and so
She's going to say something and thinks better of it.
and with this, we'll leave both of you in the sewers in the mansion of the Gerbers. I want to just quickly, before we end it today, pan to Lyndon and Corey, who are planning on finding iron at the blacksmith, and Ollie's with you guys. The iron is easily found. The blacksmith, knowing what you guys want to do with it, is more than happy to give you iron galore. He grabs the stock that he has, the slag that he has.
Offcuts and stuff. I said, like, literally slag, offcuts, whatever it is. I start immediately transmuting it into, like, pumice stone and balsa wood and things that are easily breakable so that people can break it into small chunks. We chuck it in a pot, melt it all down to make, like, one like, solid iron piece. I've just done the maths on it. I can do a 55 centimeter, which is about there, like that centimeter cube of iron. And that's how much I can do in an hour.
That's very heavy.
And that is 1,325 kgs.
Yeah.
But I can turn it into balsa wood, which the density of balsa wood at that volume, blah de blah, is 17 kilograms. So if we then load that balsa wood block, only 17 kilograms, onto the gnome flinger, it'll get some phenomenal speed on it. And if and when next time you decide to tell me how fast that thing gets, then I can tell you how much equivalent in TNT it will do when I click my fingers, turn it back into iron, and slam it into the ground.
So Rob has essentially just invented a D&D version of a railgun. We've got a railgun.
That's it. So
you can fling a 17 kg block of balsa wood, turn it into iron in the air. It would be even better if we can get a block of silver in the future, but hey. And then it'll do... roughly, I think it'll be equivalent to about 50 grams of TNT.
What's the force value of that?
Why you bring a wizard to a
lot.
To a war.
That's why you bring a mathematician to a D&D game.
This is
That's what we said, a wizard.
So at one side of the room
magic.
we have like Ocean's 11 with like them breaking in. On the other side is just a montage of a guy doing like chemical work, basically, right? It's perfect. I love it. So we'll leave it there as you're able to create this enormous 17 kilogram balsa wood.
Block of balsa wood, yeah. That I'm
Perfect.
turning from iron into balsa wood, and I'm just
That takes you
concentrating
about an hour's worth of work. You guys, the village has been informed that they're going to try to make a run for it, and what they're waiting on, as the villagers have surreptitiously begun collecting their things, boats that have been left at the dock and the wharf are slowly being loaded quietly as if they're going by their day-to-day business, fishermen and stuff, doing their deed, trying not to throw any sort of indication that they're planning on getting the hell out of here. They're just going about their daily fishing. But the town is waiting on Becklin's command with bated breath for the assault to start on those 4 soldiers that are up there, for them to really begin the evacuation in earnest. And that's where we'll leave it for today, and we'll pick up next week with the rational and logical shenanigans of Lyndon, Corey, and Ollie, and whatever the hell else is happening in the basement of the Gerber mansion with Goose and Juniper, who have found something.
It's called processing trauma and family bonding time.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Before we end it for today, we have a giveaway to do for our entrant for Tailspires. So what they sent me, which I really liked, was a clip from a couple of weeks ago, I want to say, which was the clip when Rob had the awesome idea of speaking with the voice of God, and sadly rolled a double 5, and it was just kind of ruined. Here we can replay
Just
this
wait
one because
until you get your friendship dice.
I want to put that up on the screen. We'll watch it and we'll give away. I'll need to figure out who that is because I suck at names. But this is the clip. This is you guys. Let's watch it again.
So it's going to be a very deep and very, very godly voice that booms out at the volume of a scream. as the voice of God, as they say, what do the gods tell you? And the gods say, simply, we have chosen the Hartmans.
I want you to make a lovely performance check, please, and I'll give you advantage on it.
Thank you.
I wonder how that's gonna go, you guys.
Oh my god. This is how cults start. We're gonna have a cult.
We're gonna have a cult.
So, what I have here is a lovely double 5.
Nice.
A lovely double 5 on performance with a lovely +1 in performance. So that's a 6.
Nice. I love when Rob panned the camera to it. I thought it's gonna be double nat 20 or
I thought it was
something
gonna be
cool.
good.
Yeah, and then it was like double
Double nat
5.
5s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it keeps us guessing.
I love the showmanship of revealing the shittest roll.
Yeah.
Shit is wrong.
Everybody,
Keep on
wait,
your
watch
toes.
this. And it's like, nope, never mind. It's just 5s.
Because
But
people don't
congratulations.
believe me when I say I roll really well when I'm a dungeon master, really poorly when I'm a player. People often don't believe it.
We'll
Amazing.
rename
I
it
have to show
the Rob
You
curse
gotta
instead
peer
of the
behind the
Wayne curse.
curtain.
So before we head out, congratulations, Rowie. I guess you're the one who submitted it, and I will send you the Tailspire code. Congratulations on winning. I hope you guys had fun this session. Let's go around the table quickly and
Very
redo our socials very quickly, and then we'll end the stream. And AJ, maybe if you're getting started to stream, head your way.
I am already streaming.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Wow, pro moves. All right, let's start with Goose. With a great plan. Goose, tell us again
Yeah,
where we
the
can
planner.
find you.
The planner of the family.
To be fair.
Zach Speaks Giant and all the things. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, even some would say. I share silly D&D stories and my
Some
own
would say.
silly thoughts. I also have a podcast. If that's what you're into, it's called I Speak Giant. I'm a genius with the names. Love it.
Perfect.
So creative.
Nice. Alan.
What's up? You can find me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1, also very creative. And you can see all the different streams I'm in. You can find me on Instagram at EllieBean96. It's like jelly bean, but without the J. And mainly you can find me and all the stuff I do at Roll to Cast. That's ROLE. Subscribe to the podcast. Look us up on YouTube. We'll be doing our live Merkborg playing this Sunday. And then you can also watch me run Teens in Space for GaryCon this Friday. Very exciting. That's me.
I should have signed up for GaryCon.
Shut
Next, I should have.
Still
Maybe
time.
next year. Maybe next year.
Right.
AJ, how about you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I am a world builder and dungeon master from Winter's Tales. You can find me in about a few moments over on my channel. We're going to world build tonight, which is super, super exciting. And that world building potentially gets added to the canon of the world in which we play D&D on Tuesday nights. In this studio. And also you can find me on Sunday DMing for the GaryCon Oz New Zealand takeover, playing a one-page homebrew TTRPG called Pets and Pests.
Let's try that again. Pets and what?
Pets and Pests.
10 times really fast.
As in German, pets and pests. Pets and
It sounds like
pests.
you're beatboxing now. Nice. Pots and pets. Lyndon, how about you? Where can we find Robert Hartley GM?
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Robert Hartley GM. I'm on YouTube and Twitch most of all, but I also have a small presence on Instagram and Twitter as well. And you can find me on YouTube at Viva the Dirt League D&D as well. Robert Hartley GM or Viva the Dirt League. Find me in either of those places.
Soon to come on OnlyFans as well. Dread, pictures of salacious minis. That's all it's going to be.
Rob's suddenly doing math. It's entrapment.
That's hot.
Here we go. Here's a math lesson for you.
Yes. 9 to the power of 55, Rob. Quick. You failed. Okay, done.
That's
Dread,
way
where
too
can we...
much. That's like a math error.
Exactly. That's the right
That's
answer.
way too much of a number.
E on the calculator. E. Dread, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all under Dread GM. I am an entertainer. I think is the best catch-all. I do voices, I do acting, I do all the things, whatever. I just enjoy telling stories, doing funny voices, and just having a great time with my peers as well. So if you want to check out more of what I'm doing, follow me there. I also have a brand new show coming up on the 13th of April where I'll be running Horror on the Orient Express. It's a massive
Nice.
2-book campaign. It's going to be crazy, and it's all spooky fun. So if you want to see some awesome stuff there, be sure to follow me on.
Is it Call of Cthulhu or is it Pulp?
It's Call of Cthulhu, not Pulp. It's
Nice.
I really like. The thing I love about Call of Cthulhu is like the difference between the characters being vulnerable, right? Like we got superhero-esque characters, and then you have like Cthulhu, which is like
Regular Joe getting run over by
100%. I think I eventually want to do Pulp. It'll come, but I want to.
It's all good. Perfect.
Can I be in your pulp game?
Yes, you can. Spoilers. Ellen will be there when I do my Pulp game.
Nice. Wow. Look at that. So, chat, thank you so much for being here. I'll do a brief thing for my channel, I guess. The goal of 2023, if we can hit it, we got close and then we sort of petered away, but that's okay. The stated goal I've mentioned on stream is to try to make it a partner by the end of 2023, so 9 months to go. Maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't if Twitch is still around. But I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with us and sort of enjoying the content. I'm very thankful to have the players that we have. I still don't know how it happened, but thanks, Dredd, for helping organize it and you guys saying yes to come and play. So
Zach too.
And Zach, yes, I know. Sorry,
we didn't twist their arms or anything. We just like, hey, you want to complete D&D? And they're like,
I
yes.
have blackmail on every single person.
No,
That's good, perfect.
They've got dirt on me, guys. To my audience, you know why I'm here.
Shit, mute her. They can't know. But thank you so much for agreeing to play. I've been having a lot of fun playing with you guys, and I think the audience is also enjoying it as well. So thanks very much, everyone. We will resume next week. I'm back tomorrow with Chat Plays D&D, and then Friday as well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the follows, the gifted subs, and all of that. And I hope to see you guys a little later time. Let's go right into AJ's channel. And we can spam your favorite 8 emotes. If you have the potato, spam them. If not, spam whatever you want. And we'll see you next time. And if we don't see you, well then, have a great rest of your life. See you later. What was the thing, Zach? You say it?
Bye forever. See you later.
Bye forever. See you later. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.